The Black Table. We have another great week set up for y'all. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. We got my man, I got to do this right. It's always the opposite for me. We got my man, Big Zeke, up here. What's going on, Big Zeke? He
What's
gave you the
going on, big
Wakanda
dog?
sign. All right. And then we got my girl over here. We got Miss Eda up top.
Hey, loves. How are you?
And we should be having
Hail to
our
the
newest
queen.
edition. We should be having our newest addition to the show join us very soon. Am I too loud for you guys? I'm trying to figure out my sound and everything because I moved some stuff around in the studio. So just want to make sure I'm good for y'all. I'm good.
Yeah, you're
You
good.
good?
Already, okie dokie. So y'all know what
How
to
you
do.
doing, Queen Eda?
First thing we're gonna start off by doing is sharing the shit out of the show. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Let me put this shit up on the screen. So shit, like what it say right now. Read what the screen say, baby. Read it one time for me, Eda.
Share the show now, please.
Share the goddamn show right now. We're about to get this
Please.
thing popping tonight, y'all. It's been a lot going on in the world. Have y'all been following the Andrew Tate stuff? Okay, Andrew Tate is the guy that a couple years ago he was very controversial because he was on the internet and he was talking about like he had a lot of controversial shit, but he exploited money very he's very wealthy, right? So he went over to Romania and they locked him up in Romania, and they're trying to get him for sex trafficking, and I forget it was some other counts that they're trying to get him on. Yeah, they trying to really smack my man upside the head. So if I'm just gonna tell y'all this because I don't want to play the video tonight because it's a long one. But if you get the time, go look up his recent interviews because he's done a few of them in the past couple weeks talking about the case. And I'm telling you, it's beyond interesting. When I tell you, it's beyond interesting. It's beyond interesting. So yeah, he's saying, well, from his perspective, he's saying that they're after him. You know what I mean? Like the powers that be don't like what he's saying, and they don't like the messages that he's pushing, and so they after him, right? So it's very interesting. But Tara, we gonna go ahead and get into tonight's show with some good, decent bullshit. Did I say that right?
Damn.
Some good, decent bullshit. I ain't gonna set y'all up for nothing tonight. I'm just gonna let it play. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, when y'all first watch this clip, y'all gonna be like, what the fuck am I watching? That's what you're gonna say. I already know. Y'all gonna be like, what the fuck am I watching? But you gotta listen to the end of the clip and what was said at the end of the clip. Check this out, y'all. I mean, times didn't change. I swear to God, they didn't change, y'all. Like shit like this wasn't going down when I was a young whippersnapper. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Like, oh, I can't see nothing.
Okie dokie. My man said, "You mad because you sucked my dick and I fucked the shit out you." Yeah,
You
this
broke up, Russell. What did you say?
I ain't break up. This nigga said, "Hold on one second." Let me
The man said to another man,
another nigga.
you mad because you sucked my dick and I fucked the shit out of you.
Okay.
Is that deep? Like what was when did I miss shit like that?
Russ is literally, brother, you owe us a bottle of liquor for this shit.
Man, look, I'm sitting up here sipping some Choi Ho. If y'all don't know what Choi Ho is, this is some Chinese wine, right? And it has a very acquired taste. If you notice at the bottom of it, I've never had this shit before. And I'm drinking it because, goddamn it, it's liquor, and I'm just gonna drink this shit. But
what does that have to do with you violating us?
man, it might have to do with this goddamn choho. It might have to do with that. I've been sipping this shit, and I found that shit. So we got a clip of two young men that are fighting outside the school. And this is the craziest part. I think they got the fighting initially because this is what the headline to the clip said. Two guys were outside and they got caught kissing. And then when the nigga with the camera started recording, they wanted to start fighting. And the nigga that was, winning the fight was the nigga that was sucking the dick. So the nigga that was getting his dick sucked said, "Oh, so you want to be mad because you out here sucking dick." Now, well, I'm gonna ask y'all first of all, what do y'all feel about that situation? Because that is a situation that I did not experience as a young man. That's nothing that I had to. I never had to worry about having that conversation or even having a rumble with a nigga about no dick sucking on me. So I want to go ahead. Everybody, welcome my newest addition to the show. I got to reach over to the other side. I got to remember it's the opposite side. Everybody, welcome my newest lovely addition, Miss Diane, to the show. How you doing, beautiful?
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I'm good.
Diane, how are you?
Now she's starting off real soft and shit. She's starting off real soft and sweet and shit.
Welcome
this nigga
to our dysfunctional team.
I'm trying to tell you, when this nigga get to rolling, because she got to rolling on some clips and shit and was just talking to me. I said, "You know what, nigga, you really need to be on the show." And she said, "You know what? I was on the show and I was done." I said, "Listen, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing popping." So what do you feel about the little clip of the young man that was caught kissing another nigga and then they got the rumbling and he got the fighting after that? What do you feel about that distangled love? Diane?
I didn't see it. I missed it.
Oh, you missed it. I'm gonna run that back for you. I'm
Oh.
No. Hell no.
No, I can't. Okay, these two niggas.
She got to see it. No. Russell, go ahead. Z, she has to see it. No, Z, hush, Z. I'm a mute you.
Like, oh, I can't see nothing.
Real close. All right, because this is the thing. I want to say this right here. If you notice, they just sort of up against each other, but ain't nobody throwing no blows, right? Like I'm thinking, like a fight.
It's a love quarrel.
Yeah. So just watch this here.
Can you suck dick? Can you suck dick? Can you suck dick? You got bitch. Oh! I'm gonna call him. Yeah, bitch, you mad cause you suck dick, dog. You mad cause I fuck the shit out of you, dog. You mad cause I fuck the shit out of you, dog.
You mad because I fucked the shit out you, was the comment. You mad because I fucked the shit out you. Now I'm going back to I gotta take it back. I've been in a couple scuffles in my life, right? I've never been in a scuffle where a nigga was just sort of just like
Yeah.
and a nigga had his shirt off too and all that shit. You ready to go, right? Yeah. You thought something was sexy and you was sitting there sucking on that nigga and somebody and whoever was with the camera rolled by and caught your ass. And then you wanted to act like it was a fucking fight. Come on, talk to me. How
Honey,
you
them folks was in love. Do you hear me? They didn't want to fight for real. In love. Okay.
In deep love.
Yes.
He loved that thing.
Apparently so. And it's okay if he do. Just, be what you gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
This the question. Do you feel that the dude, the one that came out said, you just mad because you sucking my dick? Do you feel that he had a right to come out and say that? And to like, this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, all right, if y'all got caught, right? Let's just keep. I'm gonna try to be objective. Let's just say they got caught, right? And they did try to play it off with the little, just rumbling and shit. But the second he stole on his ass, I think that took the shit to another level. And I think that's why Lil Man came out and said, you just mad.
Okay, so
you sucking my dick.
A Lil Man that came out and said it, he wasn't ashamed of it. So I'm gonna tell you, because of his action, he wasn't ashamed of it. It's your boy that was doing it. That's why he called him out like that, because he was like, I was getting, he ain't ashamed of who he was and what he doing. He was getting what he was doing, but old boy that stole on him, that was fighting because he was like, let me go. When he got caught, and that was the thing about it, was because he got caught in the act and didn't want nobody else to know. Oh boy, that was getting it done to him didn't really care. He was like, I'm doing this is what I do, this is my life, I'm living me and who I am. Yep. He was living himself out loud. But oh boy, that it was getting it and doing it on the receiver end was like, ain't nobody supposed to know about this.
He's still on the down low.
That's the reason why he came out like he did. That's why he stole on old boy. That's why he was acting like he was. Get it together.
All right, come on, talk to me, Big Zeke. What do you feel about him blowing on that Cocker Spaniel? He was sucking he was sucking some Cocker Spaniel out here, man.
Well,
so
him and these terminologies.
Well, he was sucking cock. was he not sucking cock? I just put a spaniel on there. He was sucking Cocker Spaniel. Hallelujah.
I've never been in that situation. Never will be in that situation. I had fought another dude over abroad, but the woman was my girlfriend. Of course, I'm gonna fight for my woman. That whole situation is the dude that got exposed. He should have been more secretive with who he decided to be secretive on how he does dirt. If you're going to be on the down low, be on the down low, but be prepared. You could get exposed. I mean, there's not really you can really say about it. One dude was openly out. One dude said there was no shame to his game. He knew what he was doing. The other dude was trying to be on the down low. He's upset. Homie's upset. He got exposed. And that's what basically happened.
Keep the penis out your mouth if you don't want
to. Be careful.
You like penis.
Okay. This is a public service announcement. If you're going to do dirt, if you're going to be in the closet, stay in the closet and be more secretive about the way you do dirt.
Just don't suck penises. That's if you just listen. This is my whole thing. Listen, because we live in a world where we know it's a lot of shit going on, right? So if you are what you are,
live it to the best,
and you like what you like even though, listen what I'm telling you. even though I don't agree with a homosexual lifestyle, right? I had a brother that was homosexual. So I still love my brother. I still had to be cool with my brother, even though I did like my mama don't like the fucking fact that I smoke weed. But my mama still loves me.
Right.
She don't, when I was younger, she was hard on me about it because she was like, don't be coming to my house, smoking up shit and funking up my house and have my neighbors knowing what you're doing. If you're gonna do some shit, be discreet about it. And when I was young, I didn't give a fuck. I went on the front porch and I'd light the fuck up. I went to the back and lit that shit up. I know all my neighbors knew that I smoked.
No stuff.
You understand? But being a grown man, well, I can't even throw being a grown man in there because they are kids. And that's the part that troubles me, because they are introducing a sexual atmosphere to kids at such a young age, right? That
Yeah.
they are not truly aware of what the fuck they're doing. The kids are not aware. The kid, listen. At that age, they look like they were they look like they were high schoolers, right? So high school is between the age of 13 normally and 17, right? At 13 and through 13 through 17, I was a young man and I was fucking, but I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't understand, you know what I mean? I didn't understand relationships. I didn't understand any of what the process is. You understand what I'm saying? The only thing I knew was I was certain in who I was as a person. So I didn't have a problem with saying I like pussy. I love women because that's what I liked and I identified with that, and that's so that's what I'm saying. If you are a homosexual person, male or female, live that shit. Cause that's the problem. For me, it's too many closeted ass freaks out here. It's too many women fucking a bunch of niggas, fucking a bunch of females, and it's a bunch of niggas out here doing the same shit. But then the crazy part is they engage in the act, but they have a problem if the act is exposed. And I'm a firm believer, if you got a problem with anything being exposed or anybody knowing anything about you, then you shouldn't be doing it. That's how I feel about it.
Well,
bro, I'm gonna say that.
You gotta look at it.
Listen, y'all know what I do on Sundays, right?
You play.
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all know what I do. So the people that know me in that building, they may not know every intricacy of me, but they know me. They know Russ to cuss a nigga out in a minute. They know Russ to get ready to fight. They know all of these things about me, even though I hold the position that I hold. So I'm not faking the funk in that aspect. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not coming at nobody and playing about who I am. You understand? I have been in situations where I know I've had to sit in some conversations in that atmosphere and know that some of the stuff that they were saying, it was 100% right, and I had to fucking ride with it. Why? Because I did it. If I'm gonna do it, if I'm gonna do it in the dark, I might as well do it in the light.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So my argument again, and I'm gonna let you get in here, Zeke, because I felt you was about to come with something. My argument is this: if you live a particular lifestyle, if you are that bold to kiss a nigga on the side of the building when niggas are walking by, driving by, and anything else, then you should be able to stand in that position and be like, that's what I'm doing. Not start punching a nigga after you get exposed. Go ahead, Zeke. I'll let you talk, bro. No, let me give myself a hand.
No.
I gotta give myself. That was so good. I spoke so elegantly.
You are so conceited.
Come on. Talk to me, Zeke.
Seriously, Russ?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What some people do is, if they're in the closet, they bash the very thing that they are in the closet.
Okay, I agree. And I still say that they should fucking
Like,
come.
They'll go,
and
yo,
stop.
I don't want to be around those homos, or I don't want to be around those faggots. I don't want to be around them. Yo, I don't even want to play on the basketball team with them, or yo, I don't even want to be playing football with them. I don't want nothing to do with those. But yet they that way in the closet.
Does that make them a hypocrite though?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. So what is the
and those people, if you want to be in the closet, be who you are in the closet. If that's what you do, you have to be secretive about the way you do dirt. Now, but to bash the very thing you are in the closet, you deserve to get exposed. Like, really. You shouldn't do that shit.
Okay.
Not when members of the how do you
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ.
Yes.
Plus.
They get
Stop. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
No, what I'm saying is they
That's
added.
why it's called
They added,
LGBTQ.
come on, don't
plus.
act like they don't add different, like the letters ain't different.
Yeah,
we
It
just say
started off
plus.
with LGB, then with LGBT, now it's
Q plus.
LGBTQ, now it's LGBT2 plus. Don't act like I'm saying some shit like they don't add shit onto that motherfucker every
But you know what it is. You know how to say that. You ain't got to do all that now.
But those people, they get attacked, they get ridiculed, they get discriminated against, and you're gonna attack them, but yet you're the same thing in the closet.
But see, that's my problem.
I
That's
say
my
you
problem.
deserve to get exposed. If you don't want to get if any person that is in the closet, you don't want to get exposed, be a little bit more secretive about where and when and who you do dirt with. Period.
Okay. I'm gonna give y'all either you got something to say about that either, and you can get to the comments. And I'm sorry for y'all. I open up the comments a little later. I see a lot more comments in the comments.
I got it.
So I need Kanisha to say something back to me. I need LaShonda to say something back to me.
I got you.
And I'm just saying I need them to say something back to me so that they can get their props for being on the show and it's showing up on the screen. Let's go.
My thing of it is, we used to always say, live your life.
Michael, somebody got their computer up too loud. Can somebody cut down the
live your life. I don't know who got it background, but I'm still getting the feedback too. But like we always say, live your life, live the best life that you can. It is what it is. My thing of it is, if you know you this, you that, just be upfront with the person. If you know this what you prefer versus this, don't try and sugarcoat it and say, well, I'm gonna cover this up, because when you cover that up, you're not only hurting yourself, you're hurting several people behind that, because people, when they learn that they dealing with somebody who they ain't trying to deal with, that's when you lose your life. People don't realize that's the quickest way to lose your life is when you deceive somebody. And that's what you have a lot of transgenders that have lost their life. Transgender women that are transitioning from a man to a woman, that are transvestites, they have lost their lives because they have lied to the person, and the man think, oh, I'm dealing with a female, and in actuality they're not. And that's how a lot of them have lost their life. A lot of men are in jail because they don't flip the script. And like I tell anybody, be true to yourself, be true with those that you're dealing with, because sometimes truth can set you free. And sometimes if you allow that person to make that decision, they might make that decision and say, yeah, I want to deal with you, and no, I ain't want to fuck with you at all. Leave me the hell alone. Back to my comments. As we say,
hold on, let me check one of these comments, because the last comment just came in there. Let me just say, fuck you, Kanisha. You act right and you talk to me. I know you come in here. I know you just want to get a little extra love from me right now. But shut the fuck up and don't get cussed out tonight, nigga. Let's go.
I'm gonna have to mute you. The first comment that came across was, hey y'all, that was from Kanisha, so be chill. LaShonda said, I thought he was getting head outside at first. Nikki said, yo. Russ said, hey y'all, I'm sorry, just open the comments. I always say, like we always say when Shantae's not here, is hello my beautiful people. Russ, you said what's good? I said welcome in everybody. Nikki says, I'm over here editing, lost track of time, ain't get no tag or nothing, Russ. Okay. Kanisha said, I'm not talking to you, Russ, but hey, everyone else. Hey, Z.
Ain't
that a BM? LaShonda says, things that happen in the dark are brought into the light. Kanisha said, the problem is everybody has a closet and everybody pick and choose what we put in it. The biggest thing for me is the hypocrisy behind what most people don't like. I tell people all the time, what you don't like in most people is what you probably despise in your own self or you struggle with. That's messed up right there.
Well, check this out. I'm about to get into something, man. This next clip. Now we all are paying, pretty much paying for everything, right? And we know that whole atmosphere with your kids. And if something go down at the kids, we be ready to, make sure we stand up for our kids. I'm hearing some feedback from one of y'all.
It's not Zeke. I just muted his. It's not Zeke.
Okay, Diane, can you cut your volume down on your phone just a little bit? But anyway, I understand being a parent, and I understand being like, yo, let me go up here and stand up for my kids, right? But this particular clip I had an issue with because the mother went off a little too far. You know, the mother went to the school to fight one of the kids because her child was getting into a verbal altercation with this kid. Let's watch this shit and tell me what y'all think about this.
Open the door! Open the door! Open the door! Open the door, bro! Oh, shit!
Okay, this is my question. What the fuck is wrong with women going up to a school? You going up here, you a grown ass woman, and you going into a school kicking off a fucking ruckus. Like you walked into that bitch with the whole intensive purpose to kick it off with another child. Okay. Because they've been talking shit and doing what kids do. I think that parent should be locked the fuck up. Now, I ain't saying lock them up for a long period of time, but that bitch should do at least a weekend and at least have to feel the pressures of the jail system to go that far. And you know that your kid is involved in that. Come on, I want y'all to talk to me about that. That bothered the fuck out of me. I want to go to Zeke. Zeke, are you all in your phone texting master? Don't do it.
No.
Okay, who? Zeke, that's your phone.
Yeah, that's your phone. Cut the volume down on the phone. Cut the volume down on the phone. We ain't supposed to hear the volume back.
It's off.
Okay.
Phone's off. Okay. Now, I'm not a parent. All right. I do have godchildren. I would fight for my godchildren, as they're pretty much like my children, basically. But that is too much. That woman literally endangered the welfare of a minor. She assaulted someone else's child.
Okay.
That's an assault. That's an assault charge. I really don't. That's a charge. There's one thing for fighting for your. That's an assault charge, and I'm sure there's going to be retaliation for that, because that little girl's mother is not going to tell. Come on, she's not going to get away with that.
Diane, what you think about that? What's up, Nate? I see you jumping in here, baby.
So, bullying is just so real today with these kids. We don't know the background to this. Like, I don't agree. I don't think that lady should have came up there doing all of that. But what I would have done was I'd been like, yeah, you need to go get your mammy. Let me talk to your mama. I will do that about my kids.
Or at least set up a meeting at the school where you got both parents coming in.
I mean, yeah, you got to follow, proper protocol, do all of that. I'll text the parent, talk to the parent, meet with the principal. And then sometimes, that don't work to no avail. Like, The same issues are still occurring. Now I need to talk to your mammy. That's it, that's all. Because yeah, like I said, we don't know the background. We don't know if this child is bullying her child. We don't know. We don't know.
I would probably say that the child did something. Like it was some type of either bullying. Like I believe it was like got two girls, right? I believe the two girls got to talking back and forth and hollering, you know, about what they was gonna do and who up the bam. And it got down to the point where Mama got involved. Mama found out about it and came down there, but she acted a fool. You know what I mean? No, Diane, I'm not talking about cut the volume down on the app. I'm saying cut the volume down on your phone, on just like the overall volume. That's what it is.
I did.
So, okay. I don't know what it is. It's getting a strong echo. But yeah, I think it's a difference in just how you handled that shit, because now, like your daughter got to deal with that shit for the rest of the fucking school year. Now, it might, some kids, they're gonna be like, yeah, you know, her mama a G, she came down here and whooped over for the ass. But to everybody else, like if I was a parent,
I would never put my hands on somebody else's child. I would never do that, because it's gonna be up if somebody do that to mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get that same respect. You got to get that same respect. You can't put your hands on other people's children like that.
Zeke.
Well,
I know Zeke got something.
Times change. Well, Diane, I understand, Queen. But things changed back then when I was growing up. You got your ass whooped by the whole neighborhood before you got home. And another person could just whoop a child's ass, and then they go get their mother and say, "Did you put your hands on my child? That child was acting up. He was stepping over the line, and I had to correct them."
Go ahead. You can respond to that. You can go ahead and respond to that.
I understand. See, I grew up in the era where, you know, the whole child abuse thing was starting. I can't hear him.
No,
is he supposed to be talking?
No, he's talking.
So, you know, I grew up during the whole, you know, child abuse era when, you know, they were just learning that, hey, this is a little too far. That's wrong. You can't do this. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as that's concerned, I didn't get a whole lot of whoopings. First of all, I didn't like getting whooped. I didn't like getting in trouble. So it wasn't going to be a bunch of adults in the neighborhood whooping my ass anyway, because I knew how to act when I went out in public. So it's all about it's starting at home.
Go ahead, Zeke.
Well, when I was growing up, okay? You got your ass whooped by the whole neighborhood before you even made it home. And there was no ifs, ands, or buts. There was no child abuse. An old school mother said, go get a switch and don't make me pick one. Where switches, extension cords, Hot Wheel tracks was the whooping of choice for a mother. It's a completely different ballgame when you were growing up, when I was growing up. Now, what do you think of that?
I don't know how old you are, Zeke, but I'm 35. So I never got whooped with extension cords. That's not my experience. I never got whooped with Hot Wheel tracks. That's not my experience. I might have got maybe 2 whoopings with a switch, maybe 2 at the most. Like, I didn't like whoopings. They pissed me off. So I was going to do everything in my power not to get my ass whooped. I was going to follow directions. I wasn't taking no ass whooping for my cousins and them. I was going to tell. Like, I wasn't playing none of that shit because I didn't like getting whooping. So I followed directions.
My mother used to whoop my ass if she even thought I did something wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry you had that experience.
Yo,
I don't think that's necessarily right.
We are, believe it or not, I'm old school. I was part old school. I'm what you call Generation X raised. That's how we were raised. You come from a different era.
How old are you?
Believe it or not, I am 46.
Okay.
Actually, I'm 45. I'll be 46 next. In 2 weeks is my birthday.
Okay. So that make a little bit more sense.
Come on, Eda, what you got to say?
Y'all didn't know how old I was.
Okay, Zeke, I'm gonna need you to
I'm
get
about to
some
refresh
down.
my page, y'all, and I'll be right back. Y'all go ahead.
Okay, so with the whole thing with the now, I don't approve of the parent going up to the school, but one thing I can say, me and Zeke were raised in the same era, whereas you had the ability to go down the line of if you acted up at somebody's house, they had the right to tear your tail up, send you home, and your mama got you all. It was never a thing of they didn't. So we came up. It wasn't abuse to us. It was just you got your ass beaten. That was all that you got. If you didn't act right, you did it. My aunt didn't care. My aunt would take the I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with the wooden spoon and fork and knife that they
Oh
hang on the
yeah.
wall as decor. I got my butt towed up by that wooden spoon at my aunt house on numerous occasions, and I ain't do nothing. But my thing of it is, my mother did not have to whoop me, but so many times because she put the fear of her and the fear of God in me. I fear my mama more than I fear God. And everybody was like, I don't understand that. I say, if you knew who my mama was, you would understand. And to this day, my mother has a yellow rope. And I will not that she still had that yellow rope. She threatened me, and I think I was in high school, my junior or senior year of high school. She threatened me with that yellow rope, and to this day, every time I see that yellow rope, I have PTSD. I've been trying to get rid of that yellow rope for the longest time, but I can't find that rope. It hides. I've been trying to throw it out. So I get PTSD every time I see that rope. Now, Russ, you know my mama. My mama, all she got to do is say certain words and call my name. She called me by my government. I'm done. But if she say, "Baby
Yes,
girl, I'm good," but she
I
called my
was.
name out and my full name, I know I got to come
Yes,
correct. But when you don't discipline your
absolutely.
kids appropriately, then you have an issue. And that was the issue with this one. Like they say, you having kids, having kids, having kids. Grandma, better known as Big Mama, and don't exist like they used to. My mama's Big Mama. When we used to, my aunts are big mamas. We don't have those ones where you having kids that grandmas that are old school like they used to be. They are no longer grandmas. They're glam moms because they don't want to be called grandmas. They feel like they're old. My thing of it is, what comes with wisdom is when you discipline your kids properly. And that's one of those parents that was a child raising another child, raising another child. And that's the issue right there. She didn't want to be she didn't want to be the disciplinarian. She wants to be her child's friend. Like my mom always tell me, I ain't one of your little friends.
Oh man, I used
And
to
she
hate
used
that.
to come at me like that. I ain't one of your little
Mhm.
friends, so get it together. But now it's like, Ma, we cool. We like my mama's my best friend. I'm gonna tell you that now. We roll together, but I know how to not disrespect my mother. Even at the age that I am at 42, I don't and will not disrespect my mother. I still have the utmost respect for my mother. And the one thing I still got is utmost respect for my seniors and those that are older, my elders that are older than me. And most folks don't have that nowadays. These kids, they don't know that. They don't understand that. And that's the problem. They don't have that the respect that we had growing up.
Well,
And
I'm
let me also give you
Zeke is in everything
back
tonight.
when I was going to elementary school, the principal and the teachers was allowed to whoop your ass when you stepped out of line.
Yeah.
Yes, right. The pad of correction.
And there was no if, ands, or buts. If my mother had to miss out on some of that check to find out I was fucking up in school, oh, I had a special ass whooping coming.
Yep.
Not to mention, I already got my ass whooped by the teacher. I got my ass whooped by the principal. My mother had to miss out on that check. Oh, I had an ass whooping from her. And when I got home, I got an ass whooping. It was done, over with.
I just think we need to send out collectively as a community, join hands and just send out group ass whoopings.
Pretty
Now,
much.
they got
They
to be
need them.
legit ass whoopings now. The kid got to be fucking up. But
Listen
if
to
you
Nikki talking
find
about
out
she
that
ready to
little
tell her
kid
story.
fucking up, it's wide open to just whoop his
Diane,
ass a little bit.
Diane,
All the way
it's a different ball game now.
Man, come on, read these comments, baby. and then we're gonna go ahead and get to this next section because this
Okay.
next one.
Like Alex said, schools are safe zones. Her ass need at least a year. Nikki said that's assault on a minor. Would be different if that girl came to their house threatening them or putting their hands on them. Hey, Nada. Also, Nikki said usually the parents acting like this are the parents that raised their children like this, and her child probably started the shit. Yeah, but Zeke, that was a switch. This wasn't that. This was fighting like you a grown person. Kanisha said Hot Wheel racetrack, flashbacks, other words. Oh Jesus, why you have to go there? Carla says different parents today. They young as hell, and that's what these young ass parents do. She was wrong. Nikki said Catholic school. I'm ready to tell my story. I support that decision.
Okay, well, I hope that Nikki is not ready to share this next story about a school. This next clip is about a mother that had found out that somebody at the school been trying to fuck her daughter. That's what.
Woo!
This one I'm trying to tell you. This deserves.
Inside, you know it's a joke. What's up, Jim?
What's going on?
Since some irresponsible text message to her, I was out on, I was wrong, but I never touched her. And that was me. That's my fault. That's me owning up to that. Never touched her, send her money. That's me. Now, she said the diploma fake. I'm going to give her money back, but the diploma's not fake. Certain colleges don't take it. That's all that happened.
Why you even get to that point, though?
Man, I was wrong, Jerry. That's me. Taking the joke too far. Never put my hands on it.
Man, this been since what day?
That's me taking the joke. I'm taking the joke too far.
Child, you gonna let him off?
Yeah, that was a stupid joke and wrong, irresponsible joke. Never was gonna put my hands on, never do. I understand.
It's $600 on a Sims game, my nigga.
Yes, she won the game. I do this all up. When singing feet, I love these kids so much. Her kid, I said, man, Brandon.
I wanna spit on this bitch so bad, but I do think this bitch will send me to jail.
No, I wouldn't. You got that right, man. I wouldn't even do that to you. I wouldn't even do that. Cause I don't.
Hey, Paul, I just have to say this. I got to pause right there.
I can't.
That one comment right
I'm
there.
confused.
This nigga's guilty. The mother then came up to the boy and said, "Yo, you've been fucking with my shorty, right?" And she said, "I should fuck you up, but your punk ass called the police." That nigga said, "No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't." That comment right there, "No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't," lets me know that this nigga did it. I'm gonna play this shit back just a little bit. Here, just listen.
I'm not gonna stop. I do think this bitch will send me to jail.
No, I wouldn't. You got that right, man. I wouldn't even do that to you. I wouldn't even do that to you. Cause I don't.
All motherfucking time. You should have knew better about that one.
It was a.
Now, this is the question I'm gonna ask, right? Under any circumstance, could a fucking person come to you saying that you have molested a child or oppressed a child in any type of fucking way, and they bring up the conversation of the police, and the words would come out of your mouth? Oh no, I never called the police on you. I wouldn't call. Well, guess what? If you fucking lying on me, call the motherfuckers. Let's get this shit straight right now. It's I don't know. Let's just continue the clip.
Bad joke. It shouldn't have been joking, but never put my hands on it. Never put my hands on it.
Continuous jokes,
stupid jokes on it. Never put my hands on it, never touched it. And she'll take you there. Did I touch you? I put my hands on when?
No, but you tried. Don't be stupid.
When I tried?
When everybody was outside.
When I tried?
You said, can I touch you?
And when you said no, and I said, okay, good. Now, and I started laughing. I wouldn't laugh.
Okay, did y'all hear that? She said, I was outside. And you
when
tried
everybody was outside,
and I said no, and he said, "Oh, I was praying." First, you said you ain't never touched it. Okay, we're gonna keep this going. I'm just on my investigative shit. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong.
But you just told me.
No, I never touched her. I was not gonna put my hands on.
Why try to cut it off?
That was a joke. I was the same one told me that boy came here. Don't get in the car. Don't go with the boy.
Out of you, my nigga, and
My
I'd
nigga.
have expected more.
Yeah, you're right.
I really lost all respect.
I'm never gonna put my hands. And you supposed to. You supposed to.
But you just sat up here and said what?
I was never gonna touch you. That was a joke. I never was gonna touch your daughter. Never. I defended your daughter. I took care of that girl like she was mine. I would never put none of that stuff in the bad position.
I guess you was, bitch, because you wanted her.
Not at all.
I guess you was.
Not at all.
At this point, what you need over there? What you need from him?
I don't need nothing from him. This bitch bogus.
It's not.
This bitch bogus.
It's not
They
bogus.
can't be used as fucking certificate.
No, it can't be used. It can't be used at private colleges. Southern take it, BRCC take it, LSU take it.
Fuck, do the fucking certificate. I come here about my motherfucking child.
Okay,
right?
he asked you what you need. You somebody is bogus. The school is not
Right,
bogus.
I don't need that.
I'm wrong.
He really on some shit about dude going to college. I'm on some shit about that one.
Yeah, he can't
I'm
go
on
to
that shit about
college.
that one.
I just sent the thing to Unitech. I just sent to your phone. I put the thing in there.
Stupid bitch, you just asked me for a fucking birth certificate. What they should have had when they first fucking come to this bitch.
That you didn't bring. I had the birth certificate put it in there. I uploaded
When you
it.
asked me. When you asked
I told you to bring it back when you first 2 years ago.
Bitch, you a liar.
Look at your phone.
So
I just
you
sent you a
really
message.
think I'ma stop and not do what my kids supposed to do
I
while
think
they in school?
they was working from home then. They was working from home. The birth certificate goes to Louisiana Department of Education to verify.
Now, ain't nobody.
Russell, you're muted.
I'm sorry. I know. I'm gonna start this comment off like this. She is 150% better than me. You ask me why I say that? Because I'd have been all on his ass, boy. I'd have been, especially after he didn't admitted the shit. I wouldn't have gave a fuck about no police, no nothing. I'd have been like, this nigga just admitted he touched my motherfucking child at a fucking game. Nothing else. And if I stopped the clip, he sent the girl $600.
I can't fuck.
Wait a minute. He gave the girl a $600 gift certificate. What you give it? And he's like, I give all the kids, you know, man, you okay. I'm gonna tell you what that is, y'all. It's a word called grooming. He was grooming the child. He's trying to entice the child with something that's gonna make her be like, oh, I love you. You're great. You do such wonderful things for me. I just believe. Like, I watch a lot of shit about, you know, I watch a lot of prison documentaries and shit like that. And to a certain degree, I'm like, yo, they need to really fix the prison system, right? But I do believe that they need to have a couple facilities that are for the worst of the worst. And once you are convicted of some shit like this, that you go to the worst of the worst. I don't believe every prison should be the same. I believe a nigga that get caught selling weed and ain't have no gun charges, ain't never did nothing in his life. He got caught with maybe a couple bags of weed. I don't believe he should be sitting next to a fucking killer. But I do believe a nigga that would try to fuck around and entice a young girl to have sex, that they need every part of prison that prison can offer. Come on, Zeke, talk to me, man.
Please come back to me. I'm too pissed.
No, I want to hear. No. You know what? You know how we do. You know how we do on this show.
This is a sensitive subject for me. You got to come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come down to our very new special co-host, Miss Diane. Please talk to him. Well, how do you feel about this conversation? I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Diane.
Diane, you're muted, baby.
You're muted. Yeah, we can't hear you. Okay, go out and come back in. Go out and come back in, because for some reason you muted, baby. We can't hear nothing you saying. It's saying that you are unmuted, but we can't hear nothing you saying. Come on, talk to me, Ida. Y'all got to talk to me now. Y'all know what the fuck this is.
Oh yeah, I know. I got you. So with this whole situation, with the whole situation with I don't even know if he's the principal, teacher, gym teacher, whatever the heck he is. He's a teacher, educator, which you're supposed to think, and a person that's supposed to feel safe and have a safe haven with. It don't matter. My thing of it is, he is not neither one of them. He is a pedophile. He is a predator. And like you said, when you giving children money like that, you're grooming them to become that person that you know how to break down their things, because they're getting stuff that they're not used to getting at home, and you're
Exactly.
giving them things like you say, and like Nate say, grooming happens more often than you think. And it's a thing of you're grooming me so that way I won't tell it, because I don't want to lose these things that you're giving me. But when that student, but see what they fail to realize is you got certain ones who mamas don't play that mess. Like my mama, if I bring something new in the house and she knows she didn't pay for it, oh, she gonna get to asking where the hell you get it from, whose is it, where you get it from, send it back to sender, because I didn't buy it. It ain't coming to my house. You ain't borrowing nothing from nobody. I don't play that, because we ain't borrow clothes, we ain't borrow bags, we ain't do a whole lot of stuff. If I ain't paid for it, no ma'am. If it want my birthday or a holiday, no ma'am, send it back to sender. We don't play that. And that's what he was doing. He was, like you say, he was grooming her to become his next victim. And then he talking about it was a joke. That ain't no joke. When you talking about you want to touch me, that ain't no joke. You won't just playing. You was serious, but because I said no one stood up to you, you like, oh, wait a minute, I got one that might go back and tell it. Oh, well, I was just joking. That ain't joking. You were dead serious, because you stumbling over your words. When you stumbling over your words like that, you ain't joking nowhere near it. So don't even come play with me, joker. Because if it was my child, he would have been cut up from the rooter to the tutor and split up the middle, and he would have been gutted like a deer. I don't play that with my babies.
I don't understand any parent that can let their kid come in the house with anything that they know that they have not purchased, especially if the child is underage and they do not have the capability of having their own money. I just think that that's just an asinine fucking move. I think to a certain degree you should have a level of trust with your children, but it shouldn't be to the fact that they coming in the house with some shit and you like, where the fuck did that come from? And you don't get an answer. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that to me makes no sense at all. Come on, talk to me, Zeke. I think Dee's internet is getting ready to bring her back in. Come on, talk to me, Zeke.
That was too much of a conversation. That would have sure been a short.
Really?
I have a goddaughter, and if she came to me with this situation, Rome can burn for all I care.
Mm-hmm.
I will take out for my two godchildren. I will take out an entire zip code for them. That's just how I am.
Excuse me.
That's what family stands for. FAMILY. For all of mine, I will lay yours. He would not be on his damn feet. He's going to the intensive care unit or the upper room. And he better pray that I decide the intensive care unit. Now, I don't know how shit go in North Carolina with the prison system. I don't know how things go with Chicago in the prison system. But here in New York, they are now separating maxes, they have mediums, and they have minimums.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you get over a certain amount of time, let's say 10 years or more, you go into a maximum correctional facility.
Mm-hmm.
If you get time here in New York, less than 10 years, and depending upon the severity of your crime, you're going to a medium correctional facility.
Mm-hmm.
Now, anything else, you can go to a minimum maximum facility. Now, if you're in a max, you could get your classification dropped from a max to a medium. So, mediums is usually where they house most sex offenders. If they are sex offenders, they're classified, they're automatically kept safe because they're put in protective custody under keep lock. So, and 2, they got the hate crime charge, where if you assault a sex offender knowing he's a sex offender, that is 7 years minimum.
Crazy.
Now, I'm a raise the bar a little further. If you, as a sex offender, you do your time, you go before a board, and they decide whether you go home under post-release supervision, which is parole, strict post-release supervision, which is also more stricter level of parole. Now, if they feel you're not ready for the population to be out for those 2, you don't qualify for parole, you go to civil confinement. Means they lock you up in a psychiatric facility designed just for people who've touched multiple children, done multiple things with multiple children, people who screwed goats, people who've did multiple disgusting stuff. They put them in civil confinement at a maximum, in a medium correctional facility, but it is a maximum psychiatric facility. And you go before a board every 2 years. And if they still feel that you're not, no, they're not letting you out.
Okay. So I understand that, but the whole thing with this is
Get your
they
ass
shouldn't have
whooped.
had no conversations. There should have never been a conversation in between my child telling me you done touched her the wrong way, or you done made any type of passes at
No
her, or
doubt
any
about
type
it.
of things, or said anything, you trying to be slick, and
No
you
doubt
talking about
about
it's a
it.
joke. No, it shouldn't have never been the thing of nigga, did you say
No.
it? If you said it, I'm gonna hit you where it came from, which is dead in your mouth. You're gonna be picking up your teeth on the 5 o'clock news. Somebody gonna be picking, they be like, ma'am, did you hit him in the I sure did. Call Johnny Cochran, bring him back to life, because he got to get me off. Hey, if the gloves don't fit, you must have quit. Call Johnny, because I knocked all his teeth out.
Come on, talk to me, Diane.
Come on,
The
Diane.
moment,
Come on, baby.
come
So
on,
can y'all
Diane.
hear me now?
come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we hear you just.
Beautiful.
we got you,
Bless
girl.
the Lord. Hold on.
Don't say you're gonna touch something. Come go out.
Come on now.
I'm just
Come on.
playing.
Come on.
So as a child who's been basically preyed upon men my whole life, starting since I was like 4 years old ass, creepy ass, nasty ass men, teenagers. I feel some kind of way. I don't feel like these people have strict enough sentences, you know. There needs to be more prison time for people who assault children and violate children. And you know, I had police officers waiting till I graduated high school. Do you hear me? They was trying to groom me through high school and couldn't wait till I graduated to actually like really pursue me.
To be of closer age. Yeah.
Yes. So they could, you know, date me, quote unquote. I wasn't going. But they couldn't wait. They couldn't wait till I turned 18. They couldn't wait till I graduated. It's not right.
No, it's not all right.
Like, I'm wondering, why are they so protective of that crime? I understand it. You have to understand they have violent crimes and then they have non-violent crimes. This would what would that do? Does anybody know if molestation falls up under a violent crime?
It is.
I can answer that.
Okay.
It is.
So
now,
if it's
like
a
I
violent
said,
crime,
I'm speaking.
Wait a minute. They just answered the question. So if it's a violent crime, I can't say this no other way. I can't see you protecting someone that was violent to someone else And if we think about what sex offense is, if they get the opportunity to, I guess there's two different ways to look at it. Because in his case, with this particular girl, he did not get an opportunity to follow
They should
through.
have came up there with the police with the
Right.
evidence.
No, but what
That's
I'm
what
saying,
they should have did.
they got the evidence in that footage right there. But what I'm saying is,
He
I'm
never
looking
did
at the law.
anything.
I'm looking at the law,
Like,
and
never
I'm trying to
acted.
figure out. Okay, that was an offense where he did not get he wasn't
Charged.
caught
He wasn't
molest.
caught in the act or
He
anything
didn't
like that.
he didn't actually molest her, right?
Right.
But I
And it
feel
also
like,
depends on what state you're in too, Russ. So
but I
different
also
states are harder.
I get that, but I also feel like, okay, I can give a minimum a lighter sentence to that person, but a person that has been done to, and it has been proven, I don't feel like the law should be in protecting them and telling somebody else, I'm gonna give you 7 more years, but you didn't set up here and fucked up some kids. That you didn't fucked
And
up
it's
their
for
whole
life.
life.
You know, that's forever.
And when,
Yeah.
and when they, and
Until a child decides to work through that and they don't want it to be forever no more.
Right.
It don't just end because you want it to end, you know?
most sex offenders offend again once they get out.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do.
It's
Yeah, they do.
proven
And it's
fact.
a misdemeanor. It's a misdemeanor in some states. It's
Oh.
not even a felony. It's a misdemeanor. Depending on the state that you're located in, it's a misdemeanor in some states. Some states only charge you a misdemeanor and you
No,
don't get that much
not in
time.
New York.
Depending on this, I got what you're
Yeah,
saying. That's why I
that's
said
New York,
depending
bro.
on
But
the
that's not.
state.
Listen.
New York is a little stricter with certain things because of things that they have. If you ever watch, most time you have Law and Order that take place in New York. That's why they take place SVU and all that because it's stricter in those states. But in certain states like southern states, you don't have California, different states like that. It's misdemeanors. They're not fully felonies and all of that. They have misdemeanors.
And see, that's why I got an
It's a
issue with that
slap on the wrist.
because I'm looking at it from the aspect of I have kids and I have one grandchild, right? If
Yep.
I was to find out that someone was to even press my grandchild in that manner, it's going to be like if I got a woman, if Diane's my woman, I'm gonna be like, baby, calm me down before I, like you're gonna have to calm me down because I'm going to. If I see this nigga, it's just on.
Mhm.
And if I get, I'm one of them niggas. If I even have that thought of it's on when I see a nigga, I have to stop myself and think about what I'm risking already because if I'm thinking that way, I'm not worried about if I see that nigga. I'm trying to see that person. You understand what I'm saying? Like I can't sit back and it takes a real strong God in me to hold back my real anger. And I think people don't recognize that. There are different levels of anger. You got I'm a little upset, and you got I'm through the roof. Don't say nothing to me. Don't touch me. Don't fuck you. And that'll go to people that you love because you so fucking infuriated. With me being a parent, if I was to find out something was to happen like that to my child or my grandchild, the only thing that I could think of is damaging that other person. Even
Mhm.
though my first thought should be calling the police, but because the system is so flawed and how we talking about the different sentences that these niggas get across the board, right? That causes me to just want to handle it myself.
Right.
And then the sad part about that is if I was to handle it myself, I'm getting locked the fuck up.
But I would go gladly about mine. I'm going happily. Do you
Yeah,
hear
but
me?
I think that's a thought that we say in before it happens. You know what I mean? Once you in that
Listen,
fucking
if I'm gonna go,
listen
if
what
I
I'm saying.
gotta go to the penitentiary, I need to
I
have a
understand.
really good reason to go. That's a really good reason to me.
Listen, I do listen. I'm not disagreeing with that, but what I'm saying is the fact of after you do that and you get placed in that jungle and you get sentenced for 5 years, 3 years, or whatever they charge you to, right? and you got to sit there and go through that for somebody that damaged your life. They damaged you all the way across the board. They damaged your kid. Now they don't like.
That's true.
Even though you got them back, you still suffering because the laws are set up to take you away for protecting your own family.
Well,
listen, I'm gonna be temporary insane. I'm gonna have all kind of paperwork. You hear me?
You do have people that get off. It's very hard to prove it, but there have been people, because they flipped out because of what they found out about what has happened to their child. You have had people that have killed their child's molester and predator that did those things and have actually gotten off because, like you say, they've been able to prove temporary insanity and different things like that, and it's a justification. It was, hey, I was protecting my child, and it's just like a predator, like you say. When you have certain animal, it's predatory. When you have a thing, you're gonna have that mama bear syndrome. I'm gonna protect my child at all costs. And it's like whether I'm gonna run you over with my car or I'm gonna shoot
Oh, I
you
tried to
dead.
do that to
I
people.
fear
That's
for
real.
my life. That's the thing. When the thing of, if you ever notice, Russ, when you have some people that say, oh, when they see blacks, oh, I fear for my life, with how most police officers get off. That's how some people have got off. When you have that person, you intimidate that person to make them say, okay, I'm gonna make you come at me. So, Your Honor, I fear for my life. I fear for my child's life. I didn't know if he was gonna come back, and that was the thing of, he came, he did this, and I didn't know what to do. I fear for my life. That's why they use those words. I feared for my life. And that's what you got off when you get off on a lot of times. If you say I fear for my life and you can prove it and show it, most times, 9 times out of 10, you gonna get off. So my thing of it is, you have so many people that have these issues that people do not pay attention to, and you have to really listen and pay attention to when their child is saying, hey, I'm crying out for help, something's going on. Don't ever tell the child just sit down and be quiet, because the very time that you tell that child to sit down and be quiet is the very time that that child is crying out for help, and you need to listen. That's why when they always say a child should be seen and not heard, we don't play that in my house. We ain't never played it in my house. My mom always say, shh, my child got something to say, I'ma listen. You don't ever say that terminology of a child should be seen and not heard in our house. We don't play that no more.
That's an old master. That's an old master mentality, though.
Yeah.
If you think about it, we are the only group of people. I say this all the time. We are the only group of people that grow up with fears and shut up, and we the only people that tell people, our kids, hey, what happens in this house stays in this house. Well, what if what happened in this house ain't right? And I'm growing up.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in keeping secrets.
See,
big or small, tell me everything.
This is the thing. We say that as adults. When you sing that to a child begins to believe everything. Like, if you think about it, kids look at their parents with a God complex.
Oh, most definitely.
They're like, you God to them.
Yeah.
So if you're raised up in a bad environment, that's the fucked up part. A lot of kids are raised up in bad environments and don't even realize it's a bad environment. They're taught bad and ill things from a young age and don't even realize that they're being damaged. Like, even when I was a kid, I was one of those kids that was told, nigga, whatever the fuck happens in this house, whatever happens in this house, and what that means in the black community, whatever happens between me and you stays between me and you, because that's the message that it translates. If I'm close with you, then it's between me and you. And a lot of people grow up damaged, and I believe that there are a lot of men and women that are in physical harm from relationships because they have been taught that what happens in this house stays in this house. They walk around to everybody else putting on a front that everything's okay, but they when they get home, they don't know what person they're walking into. They don't know if that motherfucker gonna love them that day or beat their ass. And that goes with men and women. You've got to know the person that you're with. Go ahead and read these comments right quick. And then we're gonna go ahead. I see you, Zeke. I see you coming back in here. Go ahead and read these comments, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump to the next clip.
Okay, Salt and the Minor, usually parents. Nikki said, "Oh no, it wasn't that." Kanisha said, "Yes, guilt." Nikki said, "Hell no, please call the police." Kanisha said, "Jerry, get him." She said, my biggest question is how long have they been texting back and forth? Ooh. She said, it's the whole conversation for me. It's too much darn conversation going on for me. I'm a little bit confused. Is it an alternative school or what is it? That is a question right there that I've been trying to figure it out. Was it alternative school or what type of school it was? Because it was kind of confusing. Nikki says she doing too much talking. I would rather have had their daddy or my brother or the police would have accompanied me there. She says, Nada said, unfortunately, grooming happens more often than we think. Kanisha said, facts, you don't have a job. Don't bring nothing new in my house. LaShonda said, I feel like the block should have handled him. There shouldn't have been any conversation or of lies. Nada says, I had that same experience, sis. LaShonda says, I feel the same priests and I don't understand them either. They protect each other as well by moving them to other churches. Like you're in a church full of men, why not have relations with each other? Also, LaShonda, I'm gonna comment on that too. It ain't just with being priests with Catholics, it's with pastors too. With in these conferences with Southern Baptists and different things,
We
Kojic,
talked about that
they
last
don't
week.
just move them. They don't just move just the priests. They move those pastors too that you don't know. It's some stuff that you look. If you knew behind the scenes of things that you knew, you'd be surprised. And when you probably wouldn't, but you see that they move a lot of pastors that have had those issues that
I'm
have come
gonna
out
tell you
with
what it
little
is.
boys and
They
little girls
move
that
the
have had them in
ones.
the office.
They move the ones that they know have. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about this church thing,
Mm-hmm.
they move the ones that they know that can attract and pull money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those that ain't pulling no money, they'll ostracize them right quick just to say that they're on the right side of the fence.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are a charismatic person that can get people involved and get people emotionally stirred up in a service, oh yeah, they're gonna move.
Preach.
They're gonna move you. They're gonna move you because guess what? Once they move you, all you're doing is moving a certain amount of money to the because guess what? Those jurisdictions and all that other stuff that we talk about, guess what? They have to funnel money to whoever is in charge.
Come on.
Yo, it's a different ball game here in New York.
Why it get so dark with you, bro? It got dark as hell in your room, bro.
Where your lights go?
Yeah, this nigga got dark as shit.
I had to switch laptops because this laptop is messing up.
Okay.
I'm going, like I said, my laptop is
We got
going.
Yeah, we got you. I'm just saying you look
But
like
go ahead on finish what you're saying.
or some shit.
It's a different ball game here
Okay.
in New York. Sex offenders are now in levels.
Okay.
We got
There's
that.
1s, 2s, and 3s.
Yeah, we got that.
Now, but that's the problem. They are protected. If you assault, even on the street, if you assault a sex offender here in New York, that is considered a hate crime. That's like hitting a homosexual. If you punch one in the face, or if you punch a lesbian in the face, or a transgender in the face, that is considered a hate crime. And you can be charged with and it carries a sentence of 7 years or more, depending upon the severity of the assault.
Yeah. I understand that fact. Y'all ready to move on to this next one?
Too much talking.
Yeah, y'all ready to move on to this next one?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Get off this shit.
I'm trying to tell y'all I'm on my bullshit today. The Lord has been blessing me to find all of the bullshit.
Oh,
now, what I'm gonna tell you is this.
Russ, you owe me a bottle of liquor for this shit.
Oh, you are ass. Shut the fuck up. Now, imagine you in what kind of phone you got? Either
Samsung.
Okay. Now, who is your company? Who you with?
Verizon.
Okay. Who you with? Who you with, D?
No, don't even start.
T-Mobile. Who you with?
Give me a company name.
T-Mobile.
Okay. Oh, this gonna hit so hard with you.
Zeke, who you with?
Zeke, who you with?
Verizon, though.
Okay, I'm with Xfinity.
Who?
Xfinity.
Who?
I ain't never heard
What?
of him.
Xfinity.
Who
Xfinity.
get phone service with Xfinity?
Oh,
Who
gee,
do
they
that?
got all time.
Who
And
do
you
that?
get $40 a month. I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all better get hip to the game. G. Y'all better know what's going on.
cheapskate.
I've been the
Okay.
second. Look, I had Verizon before I got Xfinity. Like I'm a. Y'all know I'm a techie, so y'all know I
Right.
jumped into some shit. But they trust me. You can take your phone, whatever phone that you have right now, and go over to Xfinity and say, "Listen, I want to change my shit over and switch it out." They're gonna switch that bitch out. You know, if you owe anything else on another phone plan, you just got to pay them out. You know, I'm just gonna. That's my shout out. Xfinity should be sending me some money, but this clip right here just so happened to happen in a T-Mobile store.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God. I'm trying to find out what's wrong with y'all T-Mobile motherfuckers right now.
I was born November 27th, 1973.
Hello, Mom.
I am a federal agent. I will never shut down a store. Whoever's in charge is in charge. The Armenians are down. I'm not worried about Minos. I'm not worried about Russia. Anybody worried about Putin? Because this is his pussy. So, if Junior Unum wants to keep playing games, tell Sharif.
Wait a minute, did y'all hear what she just said about?
Whoa!
Yep.
I'm not worried about Russia. Anybody worried about Putin? Because this is his pussy. So, if Junior Unum wants to keep playing games, tell Sharif, stay with Sam Slarney. Because all you black men are reneging.
Huh?
It's called 1.8 million in gold. You want it? Go to Africa. We gave a black beach back. You don't want it? Stay here. Get off our line. It's the whites and the Latins. Anybody got a problem with it? Because I'm Indian too. I'm Vietnamese. This bitch is trying to free the world. So who's gonna sell me my iPhone today? Who's gonna sell me the biggest iPhone in this house? Because I got snitched out and I got niggas all up in heat on my house.
What?
Chewy's up. Caitlin's done. Her dog is a Great Dane. Is he allowed to shit all over my house? Who is allowed to shit on me? Who shit in the streets of IMT? That snitch, Caitlin. So all these white bitches that think they own something, I'm not afraid. Do you want a word, nigga? Talk to Offset.
You gotta relax.
Talk to
First
Offset.
off, you gotta relax. Go ahead on.
Cardi said, don't worry about it. Are you selling me a phone or are you throwing me out?
Oh no,
She's stressing me out.
Okay, so Sean doesn't work here or he works here?
He does work here.
Okay, Sean's my contact. Okay. Can you serve anyone in here and sell me any sort of phone?
Yeah, what kind of device are you looking for?
You show me what you got.
Okay, let me see what happens.
It's going on my main line. Talk to Bad Bunny if you have a problem. Aaron Henderson's mad. And I ain't running for the Henderson.
This bitch said, talk to Bad Bunny.
Listen, I got the water from Mexico. It's Calexico. And if you don't like it, go where you want to go. I run with the Russians. You like the KGB? Are you stronger than Putin? Vladimir? You stronger than my man?
That pussy, hell yeah.
Are you stronger than Vladimir Putin? I'll let him know you said that.
Please do.
Aaron said, don't even close your eyes.
What in the fuck is wrong with motherfuckers where they walking in stores? What the fuck? I listen. I don't know if she's off her meds or she has been fucked over by some dope in her past. But that motherfucker is flying on a whole different cloud that I have never seen before. That motherfucker,
I'm telling you.
different atmosphere, like, and that motherfucker was named. That nigga said Putin. If I'm not mistaken, ain't Putin in Russia?
Yeah, she said Russian. She said, yeah.
Yeah, she was naming all of them. She said what she said. You know what she talking about?
The moment she mentioned KGB, she was talking about Russia.
She said,
yeah.
She said,
this Putin pussy.
That's what
Putin
she
pussy.
said.
She said, this is, if you got a problem, that's my man. She said, that's his pussy. I said, what the? When I first seen that, I said, Lord, he really finna go here with this. I was like, please, Lord, don't let him be playing. And when I seen it, I said, you know what? Okay, she off her meds. She been off her meds for quite some days. They need to up her meds, up the dosage. They need to put her on the max dosage so she can just be sitting just blah, because she don't need to be off the meds. Because she said that was Putin pussy and Putin ate you. What, you got a problem? Talk to my man. I said I was done.
Yeah, she needs to go to the hospital for sure and get medicated. But that customer service was impeccable. Let me just say
she
that.
said, "Who gonna sell me my phone?" I was done. She said, "Which one of y'all gonna?" After she said all that mess, who gonna sell me my phone? I was done. I was like, okay.
Who's gonna sell me my iPhone?
I couldn't have done it. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, ma'am, no, leave this store right now," because I wouldn't have done none of that.
When she said y'all black men are reneging, and then she called a nigga at the, I said, hold up, she done messed up. She called me a nigga. Put her out. She said I was nigga.
Yeah, she had to go right then.
Even though she said I was reneging, y'all black men reneging, that's calling me a nigga.
Oh yeah,
Ida,
she was being
Ida, what psychiatric problem is that?
That's dope, nigga.
That's all of them.
No, I'm serious. That is the
She
sign.
on that stuff. She on that.
I done been. Listen,
meth.
I'm trying to tell you.
She on that meth.
I'm a nigga that has spent and had my days out here in these streets. You understand what I'm telling you? To me, if I was to analyze that, if that's somebody that has done some dope and that shit has spent and cracked her mind wide the fuck open.
She done did meth, coke, heroin, all.
I don't know what the fuck she done did. I'm not gonna listen. I ain't gonna say what she done did, but because they got so much shit out here right now that the shit will fuck you up. But whatever the fuck was in her coffee, she don't need to add
was
no
in the
more
water
cream
she
on
got from
Twitter.
Mexico. She got that water from Mexico.
She did say that. She did.
She did say that. Okay. Now, hey Tay, if you out there, come on, jump on in here, baby. I'm about to tell y'all right now. I done waited till 8:30 to play the clip that I know we're going to talk about.
Lord help me, Jesus.
Oh Lord.
No. No, listen what I'm about to say. When I heard this story, I felt so bad for this brother. When I tell you, some shit out here, and we laugh about it, we joke about it on the show. But this brother right here, he went through some shit that, only thing that I could say is God bless him, because most niggas would have fucked somebody up hearing this type of I don't even know what word to use, because it wasn't a fucking it wasn't a confession. But I want y'all to listen to this conversation.
Man's worst fear. I wish to God this was a skit, but it's not. Let's let it play.
All right, the doctor walks in and tells me I'm in good health, but I'm sterile. I'm like, what are you talking about I'm sterile? I got 3 kids. I don't make no damn sense to me. I don't understand I'm sterile. I don't know. It blows my mind. I got 3 kids. One's 15, one's 12, one's 7. So I'm like, I don't understand that. So anyway, I go home and I just start thinking, it's gotta be my kids. But I started thinking about the fact that every time we watch like those Ancestry.com commercials, they come on and my wife kind of always turns the channel. I'm like, why you always turn it? I notice you always turn the channel. She's like, those are stupid. They don't even work. And I'm like, anyway, I started really thinking. I'm like, if I'm sterile, and the doctor said I've always been sterile. It's not like something that it's always been genetically since I was born. I started thinking, I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get these kids tested. I really didn't want to. I wanted to believe that my wife wouldn't do this to me, but I have to get my kids tested. So I secretly get a little sample of all of them. I go to the damn the Ancestry.com place or whatever, and anyway, get them tested. Then I think about this. My wife got a birthday coming up. We got to throw this big birthday bash. We already been planned on it. So, basically I got the whole birthday bash planned. And then basically what happens is I get all of our families there. birthday bash. I get the popular mixologist in town. Chief of police comes because he works with my wife sometimes at our company. So chief of police, this whole big thing, you know, because I want to make a big splash. It's her birthday, you see? So what ends up happening at a certain point, we bring the big birthday cake out. You know those big birthday cakes you see on the movies? Got one of those big ones. And then I had a woman come out and she held up the sign that said, "You lying bee." And it blew everyone's mind. It blew her mind. What is this about? What is this about? And I was like, you know what? No, what this is about? It's about the fact that this mixologist is his son. Hey, let meet your daddy right here. I straight up had to tell him, this is your dad. Chief of police, hey, this is so 15-year-old mixologist, that's his daddy. Chief of police, 12-year-old, that's his daddy. And I mean, I was hurt. I mean, I was so hurt. I decided I just had to sleep in my car. Man, I couldn't be in this house. I couldn't be around her. Just all these lies. I mean, I've been raising these kids for 15 years. There's no way they're mine. They're not. I'm sterile. Like, so basically, I just, you know, I'm in my car, sleeping in my car, going to work, doing the normal thing I do, and I just was, you know, running into different issues and felt the need that I needed to go. I really needed to go back to church. You know, I just really wanted to do that, and was getting some good, like the preacher and a lot of different people giving me some good advice and some good guidance, kind of helping me to understand that, you know, it's not the kids' fault. You know, you've been there for the kids, you know what I mean? And, you know, then I start finding out there's some problems. Kids are having problems in school because their dad's not there. They're used to having their dad for 15 years. I haven't been there, you know. So I start going back, you know, being there for my kids and everything like that or whatever. But I have to let her know. I'm like, I don't know if we can work this out. I don't know. I mean, possibly, but I'm here for my kids. I'm going to try to be here for my kids because I feel like it's the right thing to do. It's what God wants me to do, you know, and I think it's the best thing to do. So that's what I decided to do. Later on, and find out, because I have a 7-year-old. We didn't know who his dad was. So basically, after a certain amount of time with the Ancestry.com, like other people will get tested and everything like that or whatever. And then I got an alert from the email alert. And I'm like, really? So we kind of find out that it's just NBA Hall of Famers. I'm like, I was tripping. I'm like, this can't be the case. I go and ask her, I'm like, who's his dad? She's like, yes, that's his. I'm like, because my son, I mean, man, my son, he could ball. I mean, he could ball, and I ain't got no athletic skills, you know. But, yeah, I mean, the thing is, me and my wife are still trying to work things out.
What? Wait, whoa. Back that shit up.
You heard him say him and his wife still trying to work shit out. Yeah, she would have been long gone.
What the fuck?
Bless his heart.
Nah, the kids is what's gonna be messed up. Yes, it was multiple. They had 3 different baby daddies,
and 2 of them was at the birthday party. 2 of them.
He set that up. No, if you notice, he set that up. He even said it. He said, I got a certain mixologist, which he knew was the daddy, because he set that up. And then he had the other call. He said, meet your daddy. He knew exactly what he was doing.
That is
he
crazy.
Set it up. He picked that mixologist. He said, I got a certain mixologist and this and this. And he said, son, this is your parent because the mixologist is your daddy and this police officer is your daddy. He set that up. He knew.
Okay. Let me say this. Let me just say this.
You can't
explain that. My heart goes out to this dude. Yeah. And the reason it goes out to him. Bro, shut up. My heart goes out to this dude for one reason in particular. He still has the veil up over his eyes. 15 years. And that's what I'm thinking about. He spent 15 years with her. I don't know what it's like for a woman to be in a relationship for a long period of time and then have to get out of that relationship. But I know what it's like as a male to be in something for over 5, 6, 10 years, and then to find yourself in a position of, how did I get here? Why did this happen to me? Now, I didn't have, I've never been through that experience where they dropped another baby on me. You know what I'm saying? But I've been through that. You understand what I'm saying? So I can identify as a man. You think about all that time that you've wasted. You think about, shit, I met this motherfucker with a whole head of dreadlocks, and now I'm rocking a baldy. You know what I mean? Like, you think about all the things that have changed in your life, and you sort of, you just, you sort of cling to that, because now you sort of wonder, like, what is the rest of my life going to be? Because guess what? I'm trying to tell y'all motherfuckers out here. If anybody has been in a long period relationship and has not dated seriously and has not been had an interest in dating, if you automatically say, I'm about to try to start dating now, you're going to find out that it's a different ball game than when you dated 15 years ago, 10 years ago. Even if it was, I don't give a fuck. The way time moves now, if you spend a year with somebody, 2 years, that's a long period of time, because society has changed and the way that people move has changed. Come on, I'm gonna let y'all talk. Come on, I saw you get ready to say something. I muted you right quick. Come on, D.
No, I was just saying that's certainly a long time. I was in a crazy toxic relationship. I wasn't even in it a year, but because it was such a waste of my time, I felt like it was an eternity, because it was a waste of my time. I didn't even belong in that relationship. I should have never been there to begin with. You know what I'm saying? 6 months is too long to be with somebody you ain't got no business being with. That's too long. Now, I've had people say, well, Diane, you was only with him for 6 months. That was too motherfucking long. Okay? But somebody that don't have, the right intentions for you, that's crazy. But yeah, I feel sorry for that man. I feel really bad for him. You can tell he is just a really nice person. He's a genuine person. Like, I feel really bad for him. And nobody should be having to genetic test children within a marriage, unless like for health reasons.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
He wouldn't have even found out if he didn't go to the doctor and the doctor had just said, "Yo, you've been sterile."
Right. That's where it was.
That's where the trigger went off for him. He would still be living in a world right now. If he didn't go to the doctor, the doctor did not tell him that, he would be still in a world right now where he's like
clueless.
These are my babies. And the killer part for me that got me was he found out and he moved. The man said he was living in his car. Right? And then he said he went back to, and then he found out that the third child wasn't his.
Well, he knew all of them weren't his, because he knew that from the get-go. He said he didn't find the father. He couldn't find the father.
But this is the thing. Within 15 years, he could have went sterile at any time. It could have been something that, you know what I mean? He was probably holding on to the hope that one of them kids was his.
Nah, he said he knew all his life, right?
This motherfucker belongs to, and this the crazy part. She had kids by 3 different niggas
throughout the whole marriage.
How many other niggas was she fucking though?
Right.
Those are just the niggas she got pregnant by. An NBA nigga, a mixologist, and a cop. You can't even go back into a relationship with her and get into a real argument because she called a cop. She called her baby daddy.
Right.
That shit can turn. Oh man.
And the sad part about it is he raised those kids, and those were his heart. Like you say, like you say, he raised them since birth, and that's why he probably didn't notice it because they were looking like him. Like you say, you feed them long enough, they start looking like you. You probably think, hey, because you got women that carry kids that come out looking like they daggone daddy because they done worried the heck out of you. I got a niece that look just like me because I worried the heck out of her mama when she carried her. So, like you say, when you got kids that come out looking like, if they look just like the mama, he ain't gonna think twice and say, "Oh, well, these ain't my kids. They just took their side because their genes are strong, like our genes are strong. So our kids look like our side of the family versus their parents, the other parents. So it's like people got to understand that you don't see that. But the thing about this one with him, I kind of can understand and relate to where he's coming from. He's broken and he's torn because he went back because he found out the kids were starting to have issues in school because that's the only daddy they ever knew all their life. And now all of a sudden, my daddy that I know, who's my daddy, the man that I know as my daddy, is gone. He done left us and they felt abandoned. So they done started acting up in school, started acting out, doing different things like that,
This is my fight to that logic. I do believe that has a small degree with it. You understand what I'm saying? I think that he's looking at that as a reason to hold on to that relationship.
Well,
you understand what I'm saying? Because technically, I understand that. Think about it. Everybody got kids except Zeke out here, right? And we ain't with the baby's parent, right? So we know how to just get the fuck over shit and be like, fuck that shit ain't gonna work. Even if we went through a period of time, we like, fuck it, I'm done with that shit. His mind is in a psyche of holding on to whatever can keep him close to that relationship. He said, I'm coming to the kid's school and doing stuff because I found out that the baby daddy ain't doing nothing. So for him, that's his riding in on a white horse and playing Captain Save-A-Ho. The crazy part is, like I just got through saying, how many other niggas is she fucking? Those are the niggas that she fucked over the time period that and all those kids are big kids. Who's she been fucking in the last year? Who she got ties to right now? While you running back home trying to make something happen with somebody that has kept you in the dark for 15 goddamn. Think about that. Let me ask this question. Eda, how old were you 15 years ago?
I don't know. Shoot.
Think. Just do the math. 15 years ago, how old were you?
26, 27.
Okay. 15 years ago, how old were you, Zeke?
I'm 45 now. I was 30. Some odd years.
Come on, talk to me.
I was in my 30s.
I want to find out from Diane. How old were you, Diane?
I was 20.
Okay. 15 years ago, I was 32
20.
years. I was 32 years old. And at 32 years old, as much as I thought I knew, I didn't know shit. And at 32, I think about where I was in life, what I was doing. So if you think about spending 15 years with somebody, and you go back in your mind and you think about all of that time that you lost, and I think that that's what his problem is. He is stuck with the time that he lost, and he's afraid to begin all over again. He was living in his car, so that means that he wasn't financially able to support himself. Correct? Would y'all agree with that?
I wouldn't say all of that.
Okay.
I would say that because guess what?
I thought you was playing devil's advocate for a minute, Russ.
Listen. What I'm saying is because if you got money and you move out, you go get you a hotel room. You go, you feel what I'm saying? You look for a crib. Your resort is not to go sleep in the car. You've got to be struggling, right? So that's the thing. A lot of men have a problem with the struggle of life. A lot of men are pacified mama's boys. When they get out their mama house, they go find them.
Devil's advocate.
Shut the fuck up. most niggas when they get out of their mama house, they tend to go where they are most comfortable. I'm trying to, nigga, come on, Zeke. Quit playing with me. Nigga,
you
how old are you again?
Advocate for this stupid ass
how
nigga,
old are you again, sir? How old are you again?
On,
how old are you again? How old are you again?
I'm 45. You
okay,
playing
so
I'm asking you
a question. I'm asking you a question specifically. At 20, you made the same decisions at 20 that you made right now? Did you?
I was on my own at 20.
That ain't what I asked you. I said I didn't ask for you on your own. I said, did you make the same decisions at 20 that you make right now? And my next question is gonna fuck your whole head up.
Wait,
okay.
I make my decisions. I've always been responsible for myself.
Question.
I've been responsible for myself since I was 9.
Answer the question, bro. You're not answering the question. At 20 years old, did you make the decisions that you would make right now at the age that you are right now? You ain't had no growth.
Okay, I see your point.
You ain't made no growth in that whole time?
I see your point. I see your point.
So if I'm with somebody and I'm in my early life where where it should be popping for me and shit should be going good for me.
Yeah.
Not to say that the times weren't good and he ain't have a good 15 years, but when you find out after those 15 years that the woman that you've been with for 15 years has had 3 kids with 3 different men. You don't think that is a struggle to get a grasp on what your next move in life should be if you are not in a position to move and do certain things and to say fuck that, I'm out of here. I got money, I'm gonna be all right. To go live in your car is in a position of I ain't all right. And I'm telling you that from being a man that in my 30s, when shit wasn't going right and relationships didn't work out, guess what? 9 times out of 10, I was staying at her crib. It was our crib when we were together, but when shit didn't work out, it was her crib. So I'm a different
breed from you.
Well, guess what? I've had some long nights, my brother. I've had some long nights. In those long nights, those have perfected me to be in a position now. I'm in my own 2-bedroom apartment where I'm taking care of myself. And if I get into a relationship, I'm looking to get somebody that's on the same level as me so we can run into the fucking wind. I'm not looking to go find another motherfucker that I found when I was 20 years old. It didn't work out. We had 2 different personality traits. I was chasing pussy. I got to look at where the fuck my life is now, bro. Everybody got to do that. Anybody that's past the age of 40, 35, because you're 35. Anybody that's past the age of 35 and has not sat back and thought about where they were when they were 21, when they first became a true adult, and they ain't thought about the transition of their life, at some point, excuse me if you feel I'm being an asshole, but you are a fucking fool. Because in that 15-year period, there should have been transition and there should have been growth. No one should rely on any relationship so wholeheartedly that if that relationship ends, that they're living in their car because they can't support themselves. After finding out a motherfucker had 2 kids by a cop and a mixologist. And you ain't even found out about the 3rd one yet. Don't you feel that any man
we come
or
from
woman,
2 different cloths.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you a question right now, brother. And I'm gonna tell you that you gave this answer away last week. At the age that you are at right now, are you where you want to be?
Am I where I want to be?
Yeah. In your life, personally, with what you have, the relationships that you have, the friends that you have, financially, are you where you want to be? Or do you still have some work to do?
I want to be better.
Okay, so in that process,
yes, I have work to do.
So in that process, you have to have that same mindset with meeting people. Because when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, I was a nigga on the block. I had no problem standing on a block with my shirt off, smoking a blunt and having a drink and kicking it, trying to make a few dollars. Well, guess what? At 47 years old, if I see an older nigga on the block, I just be sort of looking at the motherfuckers and be so thankful that I'm not that nigga. Because I could have still remained that nigga. The only thing that made me different from remaining that same nigga was me looking in the mirror saying there are some choices in life that Russell has to make his life better for tomorrow. Even at 47, in this past 2 months, I'm trying to tell you, I've had a situation happen in the past 2 months with my job. I'm still working, but I'm not getting the money that I was making. And I had a situation that happened prior to the job situation that really fucked me up financially. I had the money to take care of it. And my thought process is, when I took care of it, I'm just going to stack my money back up and do what I got to do. I didn't even think about the job having a difference in policy and doing things different, and I had to deal with it. This is the first time, and I've been over in this apartment for 5 years, right? Today was the first day that I paid rent late, and I was like, damn, feeling it. Like feeling it. And I walked into the place, and I gave a check to the lady. I said, yo, I just want to say thank you for, giving me a couple days to get my shit right. She looked at me and said, yo, the only reason I ain't tripping on you because you've been here for a while. Your track record has proven that you're not a nigga that be coming in here late with the rent. So I understand your situation. Guess what? There are so many people out here living their lives where people don't understand their situation because they don't understand their situation. They just living to live. They're not living with a purpose. They're not living with a desire to wonder where they're going to be the next year or the year after that. In a relationship, they don't wonder, is this woman good enough for me? Or is this man good enough for me? Or what we do is we look at it and say, I'm attracted to that. Oh, that's yeah. Okay. We find out small, minute things. Oh, they got a job. Okay, that's cool. Okay, they not no broke motherfucker. But we ain't found out about what is the heart of this motherfucker. Because when you're 20, you don't think about the heart of a motherfucker, even though you move with your heart at 20. 35 and older, you should be thinking with your head and keeping your heart under control. Not saying that you become a person where your heart becomes stained, but put a gap and put something over your heart to guard your heart so it don't get stumped on. So that you don't end up with the motherfucker that got 3 kids on you by another motherfucker. Because it goes the other way too. There are niggas out here that got a whole family at the crib with a faithful wife, and they out here fucking, and they got kids all over the fucking place. So it goes both ways, bro. The maturity level is what we got to look at. Come on, Ida, I see your face. Come on, read some of these comments.
Okay, so as always, Shantae is coming in, lovely, lovely lady. All right. We're going back. We're gonna skip over the schizo lady. We're gonna go straight to what we're talking about now. So, like you say, do they all have Kanisha asked, do they all have the same father? Then she said, OMG. Nikki says, I don't have a teen, so forgive me, but how did he not know this before? No, I'm not blaming him. This is so fucked up. Women always talk about how men ain't shit, but some of these women are horrible people. That is so correct.
He didn't know. Listen, he didn't know because he was just in love.
Right.
He just thought, he just thinking,
I got a woman that I can trust.
Man, like the baby don't look like me. He ain't even paying attention to the son out there dunking on his ass. He's like, I can't shoot for shit.
He said, I ain't got no athletic ability, but but some people, it just skips a generation. What you laughing at, D? What you laughing at over there?
That is so funny. That is so funny.
Yeah, true. But I mean, but people are unaware because, like you say, they live in a bubble and they have the blinders on and they have those rose-colored glasses, and they don't want to really see the truth. But that's a whole different ballgame. And like Kanisha said, power to pussy. Yep, hush, Zeke. Nikki said, divorce. Do you know what that means? Divorce. Do you know what that means? Yes, divorce. Kanisha said, the kids, those are his children. They ain't just kids. Those he raised them from birth. So stop, Zeke. Stop. Nikki said I know he having his moment, but it's the truth. Like she said, those are his children. When you a man that has been there since birth, and you've seen their every walk, their every cry, you up at night changing diapers, you don't see them as somebody else's children. Even though when you do find out after you done had all these number of years, those are your children. Those are your babies. Very different. You'll learn. Kanisha said, very different from 10 to 16 years ago. Very different. She said, LaShonda said, but he chose to stay and be a father along with being a husband. Nikki said, replying to LaShonda, bless his heart, because I left when I found out there was a side baby that. But it's easier but to be honest and to say with LaShonda and Nikki, I can understand on both rams. When you have that thing of you've been with them, you want to be the best person that you can, the best mother, best father on both sides. And then sometimes you're like, okay, it was slip up, is this, but you do have that point to where when you got a side baby, and like for instance, if you come in and that man brings that baby to a certain, if you a real woman, you got some women that will take care and some women that don't give a damn. But if something was to happen to that mother and they bring that baby, it's not the baby's fault. I'm gonna say this. I've seen where some people look at it, yeah, they blame children and blame these babies, but it's not their decision. It's not their
It's
fault.
not the baby's fault.
And the thing of when you see these babies, it breaks your heart that the baby has to go through this, but you can't always blame that baby. It's not always that child's fault. That child had nothing to do with it. That child didn't say, hey, I want to be a product of an affair.
You know what
but
I just thought about? That's fucked up.
What?
We thinking about it from the parent perspective. Imagine being in a position and you think that that your brother and your sister is your brother and your sister, and you find that listen, and you find out that your father.
I'm looking at what Nikki said.
Okay.
You shut up, nigga. Goddamn.
I'm reading
that fucking shit, nigga. We read the fucking comments all at one goddamn time. Fuck. I'm sitting up here thinking like being a brother or a sister to somebody and thinking y'all all got the same father and
same mom and daddy.
Out all y'all got different fucking daddies. Can you imagine the dynamic of one motherfucker having a good daddy and another motherfucker having a terrible daddy and another motherfucker having
the NBA player, the mixologist in the car.
Daddy that was a good daddy, he ain't there no. Oh my fucking god! Can you imagine the turmoil that them kids are going through? Like,
especially one with the NBA daddy.
Oh my god! Oh man, Diane, what would you do if you that shit out? From a male perspective, put yourself in a male shoes right quick. I'm gonna hit you. Then we're gonna go to our last topic.
You said what now? What's the question?
I said, put yourself in a male perspective. If you found this shit out from a male's perspective, if you were a male and you found out that you thought that these kids was your baby, what would be your first initial thought?
I mean, initially, I would be hurt, angry, all the natural emotions you're supposed to have when you found out something crazy like that. But like y'all said, he been there for 15 years. Those are his children. Like, those are his kids. Like, that's all he's ever known them as. So, of course, he gonna have an emotional connection to them kids, and he gonna want to be there for them, regardless.
That's
or whatever. But yeah, she really fucked up.
That's spoken
like she ain't nothing ass woman. She really fucked up.
See, I'm sort of sitting up here like, man, fuck that. I wouldn't be fucking around with no woman and she got, no other fucking kids. But I'm still 15 years. Like, what did he do with those kids in 15 years? What movies did they go to? What fucking events did they share? How many 15 years of birthdays, 15 years of sending a nigga to school, 15 years of buying clothes for a motherfucker, 15 years of at least shit. You got 3 babies, so you got at least I'm sitting up counting at least 3 to 5 years of just hearing babies cry and shit for no fucking reason. And you can't sleep, get no pussy or nothing at night for some babies that wasn't yours. Cause
he was obviously getting something in because they were coming back to back.
Either if you were a man, you found out that a woman had been fucking around and had 3 kids, what would be your fucking initial reaction? What would be your initial emotion? Today,
kill the bitch.
Kill
the bitch. I'm sorry. I'm tied to these, and you now I find out 15 years later the children I've been raising for the last 15 years ain't mine. I'm gonna kill you.
Oh man. We got
you black out. Men tend to black out. We don't think like men don't think logically. Some women think emotionally. Men don't think logically. Sometimes
men do think logically until no, men are.
Some men don't.
Yeah,
I didn't say all.
If you think about the typical, more women are emotional, more men are logical. So yeah, we are niggas a lot. Man, niggas think about the bullshit they do now. Now, whether it's the right shit we thinking about is a different conversation. But niggas think about the shit we do. What the fuck is you over there? What is you over there having a fucking baby for, bro? What the fuck is that?
I'm sick. I am sick and tired of some of y'all playing devil's advocate. Stop the
Where am I playing devil's advocate? It's my opinion. So let me explain something.
No, I want to hear what he got to say, and then I want you to go dead in. Where are motherfuckers playing devil's advocate because we giving our fucking opinion about what the fuck we think? What have you heard that was playing devil's advocate? Because I said I'd fuck somebody to fuck up.
Here's what
she said she go to fucking jail, and she said she went crazy.
No.
So what the fuck? Where's the devil's advocate going?
The only person that wasn't playing devil's advocate is the queen below me. That woman fucked up. You're right. Now, look, we went through this clip before of another one where the dude found out that the kid wasn't his. All right?
Where was I playing devil's advocate?
And I said his head was set into a tailspin. You remember that? It was like last month, I believe.
Okay, come on. Get to your point.
My point is this. You're playing devil's advocate for that dude. No. He didn't do a proper reflection. If he did a proper reflection, he would have left those kids because this is why. No, here's why. If he would have done a proper reflection, that woman has cheated on him.
Yeah, we said that. Yeah, we said that, nigga.
Now,
and everybody up here said we would leave. So why the fuck are we playing devil's advocate?
Because
listen, I can understand your perspective. And listen, I can understand your perspective and not fucking make that my perspective, G. I can understand and say, listen, he fucked up. He in a different place than where I'm at. That's why he made that decision. I wouldn't make that decision. I don't think nobody else on this show said they would make that decision. So how the fuck are we playing?
I said that devil's advocate just
we understand his pain and he's fucked up.
I said that to get your attention.
No, whatever, nigga.
I said that to get
I'm gonna mute him.
I'm gonna mute him.
No,
you up here, you be just ready to fucking argue and you be ready back there throwing your hands and shit, and you just be doing that shit just to do the shit. And then I'm gonna call your ass out on that shit. I don't understand why the fuck you said
ain't no stop me talking. Hush, Zeke.
No.
Zeke, shut up. Zeke, don't even explain that shit after that. You fucked up. You fucked up when you said what you said, nigga.
No, he did not do.
You see his lips. You see his lips moving. We're not gonna hear him. We're not gonna hear nothing he has to say.
But as I was saying, Russell, before Zeke said I was playing devil's advocate, which I wasn't. I love you, Zeke, but I said I did not play devil's advocate, so I'm having to go in on you right now, Zeke. So you got to be quiet and sit in time out. But as we were saying, we never said that. Oh, he's done this and he's doing that. He asked our opinion on how we would feel if we were in his shoes, and my opinion and what I said was she would have to die. That's not thinking oh, I'm taking devil's advocate.
Baby, read
What
the
I
comments.
said
We
was
going
take
past
him
it. Read
out.
the comments. We ain't even paying
But
him no
anyways,
attention right now.
Lashonda
That nigga
says,
came off with some extra
No,
shit.
I didn't even have my say.
You
okay,
did.
No,
You said
y'all
you
not
said I
even
just
hearing
said
me.
some shit.
okay.
That's what you
Anyways,
said your say
I'm
when you
not
said
arguing
I
with
just
y'all
said.
tonight.
Me, look, just give me 2 minutes.
Now I'm gonna give you 1 minute. Please make sense of it. Come on, because I'm ready to go to the next clip. Come on, 1 minute.
Okay.
Let's go.
I don't think he did a proper reflection, because if he did, he would not have decided not to stay with those kids.
We all
Because he
said
would
that.
have to think how many family gatherings has he been to where the people have looked at him and said, "You're
We
being
said
a good father" to his face, and calling him a stupid nigga behind his back.
We said that, bro.
He didn't do a proper reflection.
Well, we said that 20 minutes ago.
Okay, moving on.
Are you listening while you
No,
on the show?
Like I said,
You just be thinking about the bullshit you don't say next?
Okay, so
This
Nikki
is a show to
said,
listen, bro. This ain't no show to say no
y'all
bullshit,
not
bro.
hearing me. All right, let's go to the
No,
next
we ain't.
we
clip.
heard you, but okay.
Hold on
Nikki
1 second.
said,
1 second.
I'm reading comments. Okay, I'm done with
That
y'all.
goes for you, bro. That was for you.
Okay, I'm reading all the comments. Nikki said it was a very easy decision. It hurt, but it wasn't a hard
hate
choice
you,
to
Russ.
make. She said, fuck him and her. Fuck her and they side, baby. You can't blame me either. Shit. I understand that, Nikki. Lashonda said, no, what if one said your daddy and the other said which one? I love Lashonda. Kanisha says, Russ is nuts. Kanisha said, no new unknown kids. Kanisha said, the sad part is she knew those kids were not his, and the fathers knew they were the fathers. That, and like Carla said, that's how people come up missing.
Thank you, Carla. Carla understands. That's how
We all do, because she would have came up.
Now I'm about to take y'all through a blast from down memory lane. A lot of y'all gonna remember this shit, but a lot of y'all not from the very beginning.
I need a drink.
And yeah, you're gonna definitely need one for this one. And I'm,
Russ, you owe me a bottle of liquor.
I don't owe you shit because you done fucked up tonight, nigga. No, you fuck up every week, nigga. So you just kill any fucking shot that you could ever fucking get from me, nigga. Y'all see my brother up here, man. Y'all may not recognize him, but after we watch this clip, I'm gonna bring back to y'all memory who this young motherfucker is. Check this out.
I know who that is.
All that shit, but they had one that come in there. I'm talking about this motherfucker's ass was so fat, and he was this like a motherfucker's like your baby mama. That motherfucker's ass was fat, ungodly fat, right?
Right.
And he gets in the shower with me, and we was the only two in the shower. And I turned around and I seen that soap going down his back through the crack of his eye. I said, God damn. And I knew I had a problem right there, right? Yeah. I mean, seriously. Mm-hmm. I said, fuck his shit, man. I ain't cut like that.
But you hadn't done nothing then?
I ain't done shit.
Okay.
And so, it's, I say about 8 to 10 years in, motherfucker get tired of all that jacking off shit, And being that I came in so early, I didn't have no memories of girls that I don't fuck, because I ain't even had a woman yet, Because I was in jail at 14. I ain't even fuck with a woman yet, Ain't never kissed one, none of that shit. Now I'm in the penitentiary around all this shit, right? So, you switch from masturbating to looking at freak magazines, porn magazines.
Right.
So that was the big thing, but you get bored on that shit. You get burnt out on it.
All right, y'all wondering who in the fuck is this nigga, right? All right, now I don't know if y'all remember the Boondocks?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, before the Boondocks even came out, it was a documentary. And this shit went viral all across the world. And when y'all see this fucking who this nigga is, y'all gonna be like, oh shit, where has he been? Y'all know now this nigga out here is giving up his whole life right now.
Penitentiary.
we met Fleece Johnson, a longtime inmate who practices a very different kind of homosexuality.
But we have sexual desires, right? So you got a bunch of men locked up in one place. All of them get hard. All of them's horny. All of them got sexual desires. So what are they going to do? If you won't let them have a woman, they going to have each. Somebody's going to have to give us some booty. And it's just that simple.
The most memorable story that Fleece told us was about the place and importance that booty has in a maximum security penitentiary. And he went on about it and on about it.
In his prison, booty was more important than food. Booty, a man's butt. It was more, I'm serious. It was more booty, having some booty was more important than drinking water, man. I like booty.
Johnson went on to tell our crew how he used to satisfy his sexual desires, especially during the 1970s and 80s, when he was most active and prison security was more lax.
When I see one, and he looks good to me, when I go see him, I say, you come here. I say, I'm telling you what, I like you, and I want you. And
Hold on, I just got out of the shower. There's some juice on the table.
Mm-hmm. Take your time.
You want to explain to me what you're doing here?
I came looking for booty.
You came looking for sex with an underage boy?
Oh, no, I ain't come looking for no little boys. I ain't got no milk, no cookies, nothing. I came looking for man's butt.
A man's butt? Excuse me?
Oh, I know who you are, Chris Hansen. But see, I calls you Chris Handsome. I watch your TV show all the time. So you can go ahead and bring them cameras and them police is waiting outside. It don't make me no difference. Now, I tell you what, I like you, and I want you.
I want you.
Now, we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Well, I don't think you and I will be doing anything any kind of way.
Okay, I see you choosing the hard way.
Okay, cut. This isn't working. Someone get this guy out.
Don't make me ruin that bite. No, Chris, please.
But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, social media has gone too far. When you can do that shit was over 20 years ago, right? And you can do jail time 20 years ago and come out and talk about how you like booty. That's a fucking problem. We going too far. The original clip of this motherfucker is an hour and 30 minutes long. I just cut that shit on and I was just crying, laughing. I had me a blunt and a drink, and I'm telling you, everything that was in my soul just tickled the fuck out me, because why we got niggas out here right now. Because niggas take booty that has become popular. Okay. Talk to me, Diane. How you feel about this taking booty thing? Talk to me. I want to know.
Listen, that man is funny to me. Okay.
Oh, he's funny already.
Taking no booty. But, you know, he done already said he liked booty, and he's been institutionalized for so long. So what else is he gonna look at? What else is he gonna do?
Booty.
The booty bandit.
He said booty so strong.
I like you. I want you.
And I want you.
And I want you. He said.
How you feeling out there, Zeke? I think he likes you. And he wants you.
I feel, yo, that nigga would have to go to the upper room or the intensive care unit, and I would give him the choice. No, fuck that. I'm going to make that choice, and he better pray. He better pray to whatever God to that I choose the intensive care unit. Fuck that. He is straight up, no, not straight up, institutionalized.
I mean,
There
you got to
is
think
no
about it.
correcting him. That's crazy. And Boondocks was one of my favorite joints.
Man.
I mean, you got to think about how long he's been locked up. Like he said, since he was 14, he's never been with a woman. He knows no woman. So what do? You go with the thing that you know the most, that you're around the most, that you are around. So you can't.
I
I
like
mean,
him.
and I want him. But like you say, that's the only thing. If you listen to what he said, I've been locked up since I was 14. He ain't never been with a woman, ain't never had a woman. So what else are you gonna do? You see what you got, and you got those things. You would. That's what. Hey, when you were 14, so we don't know if he was in a maximum security prison or anything in a juvenile. Back in them days, they didn't have the separate
No,
entities
they
of
say
where.
he was they said he was the first motherfucker to be charged as an adult at 14.
So see, he
So they
wanted
sent him
minimum
right into
security or
the
juvenile.
wolves.
He was put in maximum security. So he had no he was only 14, probably a small little thing, and couldn't defend himself. So I mean, once you got it, so he's like,
Somebody
when he
took
got
him,
outside,
so he
so he
became a
somebody took
predator.
his, so he gonna take somebody else's. Like you said, I like shit and I want
Yep.
shit. So like you say, when you in like my girl say, that water just glistening all over your body. Yeah, yeah, Kanisha. But like he says, I don't know no better. He didn't know no better. That's what he was brought up upon. So when you stuck in a system like that, you've been in the system so long, you don't know nothing else. So that's all you do. So if he out now, I'm scared to see that joke if he out in the streets.
Let me bounce through these last couple clips.
Rush,
right
you
quick.
almost a bottle with.
Let me
Stop
bounce through these last couple clips right quick.
Okay, what's your secret you want to share with us today?
I've been married for over 10 years.
Okay, congrats.
And I have been sleeping with my husband's cousin.
Oh.
For a little, well, we've known each other for a long time before I met my husband. And I didn't know that was his cousin. And I got a kid by him.
Wow. So whose kid does your husband think it is?
His. He thinks it's his baby.
Oh, my God.
He don't know it's his cousin.
Wait a minute. So you have a child by your husband's cousin,
But your husband is
doesn't know
raising it as though it's his own.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
So what does the cousin think about all this? Is he wanting to like reveal anything? Do y'all feel like coming clean, or is this to the grave?
No, to the grave.
So
he's doing what he gotta do for the baby.
Does the baby?
He's doing what he got to do. You said.
The baby. She looks like me. Okay. Ooh, honey, twin, honey. That's a twin. Look just like me.
Okay.
Well,
don't look nothing like
I was gonna ask if the baby looked like the dad or the
no.
No.
Okay. Can I start by saying bitches ain't shit that do shit like that? Not all women. I'm not talking about all women. But I want to say bitches ain't shit that do shit like that. Because that's just like right now. We doing the show and somebody decides to call the phone number down there, the hotline, which ain't nobody called today. Fuck y'all. But that's just like somebody deciding to call the hotline right now and tell that same fucking story. I could not just sit on the line and just be like, oh, that's I would have to say that's fucked up. Because the thing that's most fucked up about it, she was like, so you ever gonna tell me? She's like, oh no. He's taking care of business around this motherfucker. The baby looks just like me.
Thank God.
And everything that puts me in the mindset of this other man. Because what if the babies just look like the wife?
Mm-hmm.
And you thinking, that's my baby. That's my baby. Mm-hmm. And you find out by listening to the radio, because you know your wife's voice, right? And she's sitting up here talking about, yeah, I slept with your cousin, not just another nigga. I got pregnant by your cousin. And the only thing that I can say that somewhat
gives a little alleviation from that. She said, you know, she was fucking with the cousin before she knew, you know, like she was fucking with the nigga already, and then she found out that they was related, that they was cousins and shit. But that's a dirty motherfucker, man. That's just beyond dirty. Zeke, what you think about that? Make it quick.
Let's call it what it is. It's not beyond dirty. It's fucking trifling. And Nada said, if you taking it to the grave, why say anything? No, that man has the fucking right to know. That's bullshit.
Diane, what you think?
That's all I got to say. She is
you said that was it, nigga. Why you gonna say something after you say that's it, nigga?
Why get married and still continue to cheat? Okay, she was dealing with him before she got married. Okay, she didn't know that was his cousin, whatever. But now you married and you still fucking with him. So, yeah, it's something wrong with that. And, yeah, he do deserve to know. And I don't know. In my family, I just feel like my cousins, husband, like we all family. Like I don't care. I don't look at that like that. Like, yeah, we all family. You done married one of my cousins. We is cousins. Like, that's it. That's all.
Come on, talk to me, Eda. And I want to get to this trifling motherfucker right here. On this
One thing we don't do is we don't cross lines with whether you date somebody that I used to date or mess with somebody I used to mess with, even if we were sexual or not. We don't go down that line. And sometimes you got to be careful because if you don't know that you're dealing with family, you got to know and pay attention. But if I find out something, I'm not going to continue to find out and be trifling and still mess with your cousin. If I find out it's your cousin and you didn't know, I'm going to let that go and say, next, moving right along. I got to leave that. I let you go. Now, if the cousin decide to come back later on after if I find out that we ain't married and we done got married and find out with your cousin, we good. That's done. I'm done with that. I'm with you. But if your cousin decide to come down the line and act a fool and say, yeah, I used to fuck your wife, that was before I got with him. So why you bringing up why you digging up old stuff? If I ain't messing with you after I got married and got with him, you need to let bygones be bygones and keep it moving. I'm not going back and digging up stuff because that's the stupid stuff right there. And that's what get folks killed right there.
What you thinking, D? Oh, hold on 1 second. I had you muted. Hold on.
Go ahead, D.
I said, no, I agree completely. Like, that's a dangerous game when you start intertwining bloodlines and people wives and
yeah.
Nigga, can you imagine if you find out that the cousin that you've been knowing and seeing for a certain amount of time and kicking it with them, that they end up being your motherfucking woman's or your mate's fucking, oh my God.
Baby daddy, yeah.
That's an instant war. That's like, man, the Hatfield versus the McCoys, man. That's an instant family beef right there, Nick. Like, cause I can't see.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's okay. I'm looking at it from the aspect of I be mad at the woman, right? That's one side of it. But the other side of it, I'd be like, yo, cuz you knew this was your shorty and you ain't say, like, you supposed to change the second you recognize that we was fucking the same bitch. You supposed to say something to me. You're supposed to put her on blast together and moved on with our lives and found somebody that was going to be worth fucking for both of us. But not somebody that's going to play the family like that. And
unless she didn't know from the get-go. If she didn't know from the get-go until later on, that's a different ballgame. But if you knew knowingly and you kept doing that, then yeah, you need your butt whooped. But if she didn't know from the jump, then I don't blame her.
Bro, no, I'm talking about afterwards, like, because this is a situation that the father knows that he's the fucking, and he still fucking him.
Right. I got you.
So that's dirty as fuck. It's time to fuck. It's time to shake everything moving, bro.
Right.
I can't be around you. One of us ain't coming to no more family functions, bro. One of us ain't moving at no family functions. Somebody gonna have to be not moving at all. It's over with. It's a wrap. It's time to keep moving.
Thanks.
Read these comments right quick because we playing hot potato right now. Trying to be done by 9:30.
Ooh, Jesus. Come back.
You got to be ready, baby. You got to be ready for them. You know I'm coming with you.
I know. LaShonda said, why he sound like an old cracked out Cat Williams. Okay, LaShonda. Kanisha says, one of the best
Everybody
episodes,
love me.
man's butt. Carla says, hell no. She trifling. Nikki says, first, she trifling first off. You cheat raw, you cheat with family, you have the baby, and then you think your unsuspecting husband is supposed to raise it. No. Nada says, if you taking that to the grave, why say anything? LaShonda says she a slut. She a slut bucket. And I said what I said. Kanisha said, but not all sluts are bad. Nikki said again, bras like this get husbands, and then that's me. Then there's me without even a prospect of a date. I'm with you, Nikki. LaShonda says she created a new definition of kissing cousins. Ugh. Nikki said, and ain't there a bro code cousin, a dirty mother too? Shantae said, right. Nada said, my friend was murdered because she messed with her husband's brother. Ooh. Kanisha says, definitely a dangerous situation to be in. A conversation definitely should have been had early on.
All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and bounce to this next one. I hope y'all ready. Yeah, I'm on some bullshit right now.
Oh Lord.
Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? No, you're not. I have a restraining order on you. Do you want me to call the police? Yes, I will call the police right now. Yes, because you're doing too much.
So you gonna call wait, so you gonna call the police so we come go to our
Yes, do you want me to call the scene? You're not supposed to be near me.
It's our
I
daughter
don't
graduation.
care. You're not supposed to be nowhere near me. I don't mess with you. No, I don't mess with you. Look at this fool. I don't mess with you. We have a restraining order. I will call the police. Get from by me now.
Dude, what you tripping?
No, I don't care about that. No, you're not. No, you're not. And I'm having proof right here.
I'm not missing our
Well, I'm calling because you're doing too much. You're doing too much.
You're being
doing too
right
much.
now.
You're doing too much.
You got the phone out trying to
record.
like, bro,
You dragging it. You dragging it. You're doing the most. No, you is. You're not going nowhere with me. You're not going nowhere that I ain't supposed to be at. Ain't that the law of a restraining order? I'm not doing too much. You're doing too much. You're not supposed to be near me at all. So now when I call the police, you gonna be looking dumb and they gonna put you in handcuffs at your daughter's graduation. How about that? Yeah.
Okay. I know y'all might have y'all different feelings about their personal relationship, right? But for the man just to be coming to the graduation, okay. I understand with situations like that, they have distancing, right? You ain't supposed to be a certain distance from somebody, right? You could still be at a fucking graduation and not be right next to the fucking baby mama. The baby mama seemed to me as if she was going to confront this motherfucker. So you're running up on him. He was just coming in just to watch this. I think everybody, unless he's a nigga that been fucking up and beating the mama ass and doing some real fucked up ass shit, I don't think there's no reason to deny the man from seeing his child fucking walk across the stage. I went through that shit.
Right.
Like I had to get it was so, the reason I saw my son walk across the stage was because I knew somebody that worked at the school and they said, yo, I'm gonna get you a ticket to come to the fucking graduation. If I didn't get that ticket, I never would have been at the graduation. Now that's I never told my son that shit. But guess what? People can be so petty to hurt somebody that they'll do any fucking thing, not thinking about what that child is gonna feel like not having their father there at their graduation. Because then that's how kids grow up and say, my daddy was never there. My mama was never there, because they were never given the opportunity to actually engage in actual important life moments. I ain't talking about the nigga coming over your crib because you got a nigga at the crib and you don't want him to be at your crib or y'all bitching like that. But this is a graduation. Bitch, you could have went and sat the fuck down, let your child. So now your child doesn't have the graduation as her moment. She has this viral moment of the mama recording the daddy to come see her. That's the big fucking thing. Because everybody that knows them, I'm pretty sure watched that shit. And I'm pretty sure they talked about that shit. Her friends talked about that shit. So was it worth embarrassing and putting your child through that experience to not let this motherfucker come in and see her get a fucking certificate and walk across the stage?
Because just watching him, he didn't seem like he was trying to be confrontational with her at all. I didn't pick that up from him. She caught that nigga getting out the car damn near and walking. She was, yeah. You was ready for that shit. You was waiting on that shit. He probably posted on Facebook or some shit like, today's my daughter's graduation. I can't wait to see and you sat out there and wait. Because wasn't nobody else even out there. You sat out there and waited for this nigga to get there so you can just be a bitch. That's a fucking problem, man. Because as much as fathers not being there is an issue, it's a bigger issue to have a mother stop a child from being in an important part of a child's growing up and an important part of their being and how they develop as a human. Oh man, that's fucking crazy, man. Come on, talk to me, D. Come on. I want to hear what you got to say.
You know, it's a lot to unpack here. So much we don't know about the situation in the background. What if this man got a history of kicking down this woman's door and terrifying her children? You know what I'm saying? What if he done tried to wreck her car and tried to kill all of them in the car before? Like, we don't know the background. We don't know why the restraining order was issued in the first place. Apparently, a judge found a good enough reason to put the restraining order in place. Now, granted, I know some women lie. They be lying, about, you know what I'm saying, certain things going on, but we just don't, it's so much we don't know about the situation. I can say personally that my father didn't have a restraining order on my graduation day. He didn't have a restraining order against him, but my father clowned at my graduation, and hence he had a restraining order put against him after my graduation because for whatever reason, he feel like every event needs to be about him. You know, it's my graduation, but he think it's his day. So, sometimes restraining orders aren't necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes they're absolutely needed to protect.
My question would be to you, in watching that video, did you get the demeanor from him that he was coming in there to be rowdy and the event? Like, who did you see being the aggressor in that particular situation?
I can't honestly say that I found her aggressive. I think she was acting like she was kind of scared. That's what I got from it. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? That's what I got.
Okay, I want to hear what Eda got to say. I saw your face, baby.
Okay, I understand where D coming from. I do, but to be outside all of a sudden, so two things had to happen. Number one, somebody alerted you, or you were waiting to see if he was gonna come because you outside and you recording this. So one thing had to be happening. You either outside waiting to see if he gonna show up.
That's what I'm saying.
You were waiting outside to see if this Negro was gonna show up.
Nobody was out there but her.
Nobody. And that's why I was like, okay, this is why I said this a petty B. Because number one, when you standing outside like that and ain't nobody around, that tells me right then and there, you petty. Granted, because my thing of it, even if you got a restraining order against somebody, when you go into a function like that, you let it be known, and you have officers that are posted. When you got security, you inform them and say, this is why I called her petty, and this is why she petty. Because when you have things like that, and people will tell you, when you have a restraining order against somebody and it's court order and you have that, you don't be outside waiting for them, especially if you scared of them. You don't wait outside. You inform the officers or security who is at the facility, say, hey, I have a restraining order against this person. They're not allowed within this radius or anything. So they need not be informed. They need to be informed and let be known that they're not allowed to this event, period. I don't care if it is their daughter. That's why I call her petty, because she was standing outside, won't nobody outside. So if you really scared of this joker, you wouldn't have been outside waiting to record. And then she says, I got evidence, so I can use this against you because it's already recorded. So my thing of it is you got that falsification for a restraining order against him because you want to be petty and hurt him. But what you not realizing, you not really hurting him. You hurting your child, and later on you hurting yourself. Because if it's later found out there's certain things that you lied about and falsification of things with a restraining order, you come back and it can be brought against you. But see, people, these some of these women that's out here that think, oh, it's all about me and I can do this and do that. They fail to realize that things come back and bite them in their ass later on. So that's why you got to be careful how you do certain things because it can come back. Karma is a mother.
See, I'm the type that I look at surroundings with certain shit, right?
I caught that too. That's why I said she was
And the
petty.
thing that caught me was I could have seen if it was a situation, a lot of people around, and it was like, yo, you coming over here and you fucking with me. Now,
she was aggressive.
A restraining order means that both parties are supposed to stay away from each other. She was following that nigga with that camera, G. She was on his ass. And what got me was the beginning of the footage was him just walking up. He didn't say a word. She just went dead the fuck in.
That's why I call her the
To
aggressive.
me, that's the sign of a bitter person. A person that wants to see someone else hurting. Now, granted, there may have been things that may have happened in their relationship. We don't know why the restraining order was placed. We don't know if it was a valid restraining order or not.
Right.
However, when it comes down to kids and a parent just being a parent, I'm always going to support a parent being a parent.
Right.
Now, I understand, D, what you said. Like, if it would have been somebody coming up belligerent, acting a fool on some bullshit, I'd have been like, yo, get his ass up out of here. He on some bullshit. But I didn't pick that up from his demeanor. Yep. Go ahead. Hold on. Let me unmute you. Hold on.
I got you.
Okay.
Go ahead, D.
Some people are really good actors, and I've been in very much similar situations where people didn't even realize what was going on until the person was dead and gone. I'm not lying. And they realized, oh, like, yeah, you really wasn't lying. You really wasn't playing. He was really doing all this stuff to you. He was really lying on you. But I mean, some people are good actors. Some people know.
I'm not saying that they aren't. I'm not saying that they aren't. What I'm saying is just the vibe I get from them.
Turn that off. When to be aggressive, when not to be aggressive. You know, people watching, so I ain't gonna clown today. But he done probably clowned 90 times. Who knows? I don't know.
Or she could be the type,
or she could be the problem too. She could very well be the problem. I know women false police reports. I know women who done got their children taken away because they judge and made up all kind of lies, and now that man got full cut. You should never lied on that man because you wanted to deny his right to be a father.
That's why I said I agree with you. I said I understand where you were coming from with that, D, because we, like I say, have seen it, knowing where women have been, where they're like, okay, I really don't need to, and I'm really trying to. But then you have some women that are just petty because they done moved on and don't want you in their life, and you say, I'm gonna treat. He done moved on with another woman, got him a new woman, probably treat him like a king, and she mad because he not with her. And he not miserable, and he done moved on, and now this woman is treating him. So you see, he got happy. You can't give him hell, because I know some people that deal with it now. Child is over the age of 18, and you still giving him hell. He no longer paying child support, but you mad because he not giving you the attention that you want. So you want to make his life miserable, and you be like, well, why are you making my life miserable? Because you done got married and did what you want to do. But now that I want to move on my life to make my life a joy, you mad because I'm not at your feet groveling saying, please do this, let me be able to do this. No, my child make their own decisions now.
And I want to ask Zeke, I'm gonna let you go next, but I want the audience, if y'all out there, I want y'all to just respond. Do y'all feel that who do you feel was wrong in that situation? Do you feel it was her, the mother, or the father? Just type mother or the father. Come on, Zeke.
Okay. I see it from all your angles. That includes you, Queen Diane, Queen Ida. I see it. I understand. Okay? Now, again, I'm going to say this again. I don't know how it goes in North Carolina or in Chicago, but here in New York, it doesn't fucking matter what your points of view is. If that restraining order is in place, it also goes both ways. But if, for example, if Ida has a restraining order on me and we have a daughter, I have to go by that restraining order. If I violate that restraining order, I can be arrested for violating that restraining order that Ida put up against me. And if I seen Ida at a bagel shop, okay? This is in New York, all right? If I see Ida at a bagel grove and I see her, it is my responsibility to get that 1,000 feet away from Ida, or else I can be arrested for violating the restraining order.
Right.
I understand this was a child involved. The dude wanted to be a father. He wanted to support his child for graduating. I get it. I understand. It's fucked up. On, like Shantae said this a long time ago, and I believe it. Parents play the stupid game, and kids win the bullshit prizes. And that's one of the reasons why I don't have no kids. Because I have to, no, and my kids are dead, all of them. Some are aborted, and 2 of them died in my arms. I want to be a father so bad, but I have 2 godchildren. And if that mother gave me a restraining order that said I can't go near her, that would break my heart if I can't go see my godchildren graduate. And it's sad. I understand. She's wrong. She's petty. Yes, I agree. Let that man see his children graduate. Don't rob him of his fatherhood. Every real father knows if their child graduated, they want to see that. I believe Ida was correct. She was being petty, and she had someone watching that nigga. That if he shows up, yo, he's here. Now she's bringing out the camera phone to try to get him arrested.
No, she ain't waiting for nobody.
Because she said, all I got to do is call the cops and your ass is going to jail.
Right.
That's stupid, is trifling, and is wrong. However, in the eyes of the law, the restraining order is the restraining order. If he violates that restraining order, he could be arrested.
And I get
Now,
that, but sometimes there's a difference between being right in the eyes of the law and being righteous, because the law doesn't always
understand.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the law.
Yeah,
the law overrides
I feel like
the law of the righteous.
I got you, bro. I got you. I feel like this because I'm a father. You not. I feel like because I've went through it with my baby mamas. They, I went through it. I'm the only nigga I know that has ever went to court, and by the time that she got through talking and her lawyer got through talking, the judge didn't even ask my motherfucking people what we wanted to do, and they just gave me a fucking child support sentence. And you feel what I'm saying? I just stood there in court and didn't know. This is my first time in court. Let me tell you that first off. I'm sitting in that motherfucker and I'm just like, what the fuck just happened?
and my lawyer, which was a public defender. That's why I also don't believe in public defenders now. He's like, well, this is what you got to do.
Public
I said, nigga,
defenders.
you didn't fight for me at all. So it's, you know, in this system, there are, you know, it's looked at different when it's a woman that's being taken advantage of. But when it's a man being taken advantage of, it's looked at totally different. We don't get that love or that honor of being a parent that a mother would get. And it's not always fair. I'm gonna get into this last clip. And when I tell y'all this one right here, this clip right here, just blew the shit out of me right here. Let's go.
I hear some bitches screaming. Hold up. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get my key. Hold on. I hear some bitches screaming.
What's wrong? What's the problem? Are you sure? All right. Because I'm being woke the fuck up. What's wrong?
This dude basically tried to beat the shit out of me because I ain't had sex with him, and he just started beating the shit out of me and put me out.
What's up? Don't you get? Wow.
He was beating the shit out of me.
Put your shit on. Put your shit on.
He was beating the shit out of me in this room. I just heard that shit. He is lying.
Put your shit on. Get your shit.
He really put me out.
Get your shit.
I've been waiting for 4 years and he treat me like
Put
this.
your shit on. Get your shit on. You all right? You all right? Fuck them niggas. Fuck them niggas. Don't do it. Don't do it no more. Don't do it. 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 Get your shit. Get your shit. Get your shit. Get your shit.
Fucking demon, but you like this shit. You like this shit. Expose him. He always do disrespectful, you know. He disrespect the shit out of females all the time. Please don't record me.
There y'all go.
Now pause. I'm gonna say this. She said, "Put the camera on him," and then the second she turned the camera around, she said, "Don't put the camera on me." Just listen to this whole thing, y'all.
I ain't gonna do shit, and you a die. You will fucking do. You know who the fuck I am? You a die. You a die. You a die, bitch. Don't threaten my life. You fucking faggot. Now I'm gonna get you the fuck all the way out of here. Get your shit on. Now he's coming the fuck out of here. That whole room getting exposed. He getting the fuck out of here. Get your shit together. Get your shit. I don't give a fuck about all that. Get your shit, sweetheart. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Stop playing games. He only do this to females. He never got a show that nigga. He never got a
I'm Tokyo Tony, and he will die. He'll die. Get your shit. I don't give a fuck what you got. Don't hit no bitches. Put your shit on. 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 Don't spit on nobody. Put your shit on. But don't spit on it.
I never did this before I met this man. I never even put my hands
Put
on
your
him.
shit on, shorty. Come on. You're fine. You're fine.
I got a nice job, and I'm not trying to be a part
You
of social
already
media
did
and
all that shit.
All right, now I want to pause for one quick second. Does anybody notice that just a second ago? Let me see if I can back this up just a second. Does anybody notice that she's putting her clothes back on? Does anybody see that? Okay,
Yeah.
let's keep this going.
Put your shit on. Put your shit on. Put your shit on. Don't spit on nobody. Put your shit on. But don't spit on it.
I never did this before I met this man. I never even put my hands
Put
on
your
him.
shit on, shorty. Come on. You're fine. You're fine.
I got a nice job, and I'm not trying to be a part
You
of
already
social media
did
and
all that shit.
But you still can't post it on my
But you still doing all this shit. You waking me up on my shit though. So go ahead, y'all deal with it. The fuck? You over there screaming fucking bloody murder? Talking about he doing shit. He said he ain't doing shit. And you spitting on him. Come on, son. Come on, son. But you wrong. You wrong. Look, he said he didn't do it. Go. There you go. Have a good night. We trying to help you. See, look at that. Girl, get in there. Get your ass beat. Get your ass beat. You good. Go get your ass beat. Bitch. You can't help them bitches. They used to being abused. Them bitch, they better know better. That's why mind bitches business. Let her get whooped.
Okay. I had so many problems with this fucking video.
Unfucking believable.
Because Shorty, initially, when you first watch the video, you get the impression that my dude is fucking her up, and he's just this fucked up ass nigga, right? That's your first impression that you get. But as you keep watching her, to me, her story just sort of falls apart. It falls apart. Like you say, you say that what she said was the nigga was in there and he tried to get some pussy. She wasn't trying to get no pussy and all that other shit, right? Okay. For one, you in a little bitty ass hotel. I can tell by the carpet in that motherfucker. This is not like a hotel. Y'all in a little more.
This a red roof in.
Y'all in you in. I'm just keeping it real. You in a bus down area, right?
Yep.
It seems to me that y'all got to arguing about something, but it wasn't about him trying to get no pussy. I don't believe that's what it was about. I believe she was on some other shit. They got to arguing about whatever the fuck it was, and then she tried to throw that shit out there. Now, my girl comes out there and tries to break the shit up, right? Shorty is being so belligerent that she's spitting on dude. And now she's telling Shorty, like, yo, don't spit on the motherfucker. Like, and now she's now you can hear her tone change. And she was like, dude said he ain't even fucking touched you. Now, the same nigga that she just came to rescue you from, that you was hollering, that just tried to take some pussy from you, is pulling you back in the room now because you hollering at her. And she can pull you back, and he can pull you back in the room. Excuse the fuck out of me. If I was I'm a man, and if a woman was trying to get some penis from me and I didn't want to give the penis up, and I felt like she was trying to take the penis and raping me and shit, when I got in the hallway, I wouldn't be arguing with the motherfuckers that's coming to save me and shit. And then I wouldn't go back in the room with the nigga that just tried to rape me. Am I the only motherfucker seeing flaws in this goddamn conversation?
No. And then she said, "This the first time I ever did this," and da 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 da, and that, and I'm like, and she got a night job and all this. I was like, what's that got to do with anything? And don't record me like, okay.
They made a good phrase for motherfuckers like this.
And what was that?
It's called bitches ain't shit. Bitch niggas ain't shit either. So let me get that. Anybody out there think that this is a conversation towards women? No, bitches are not shit. Because that was some pussy ass shit. That was some old, you done got drunk. You sitting up here. If you ain't fucked the nigga already, you was getting ready to fuck the nigga, and then y'all got into it about some shit. And I know my people. I've been around us when we got drunk and kicked it and been at the club or been at the hotel or whatever, on the block or whatever. And I know how niggas get when that liquor and shit get to hitting and motherfuckers want to get to arguing and shit. But I did not. This is the second clip in a row where I'm studying the body language of motherfuckers. I'm studying what they saying. I'm looking at what they doing, and it's not looking the way that they're perceiving it to be on camera.
Nope. And it's not sounding either.
It don't sound good at all for a motherfucker to sit there and say that you trying to take my pussy, but I'm just gonna go ahead and let you. I'm gonna walk out this room and argue for my sanity and holler with you and the other person that opened the door and say he's doing this to me. He's doing it, and within 1 minute, turn and start arguing with the motherfucker that's coming to help me.
Mm-hmm.
That does not make sense at all to me.
Never does, never has.
How
never
the
will.
fuck does that? My question is, who the fuck does that make sense to? Because that crying shit that she did initially at the beginning of the video, she stopped that shit the second she said stop spitting on him. She stopped crying the second she said stop spitting on him. Then she went into, don't put the camera on me. Why you don't want the camera on you? Most people that are being victimized want the world to know that they busting a nigga out that's trying to victimize them at the time. Most motherfuckers be like, that's him right there. That's him. This nigga did that.
Yep.
Not the second the camera going, wait a minute, don't put the camera on me. But you just said, put the camera on him. Get him, show his face, show him. And then the motherfucker turn around and put the camera on you. Don't show my face. Why not? You don't want the world to know you the thought. Come on, man. You don't want the world. You don't want the world to see you putting your pants back on and fixing your shit. And that little piece that she had on, that's a piece that you got to snap up under the bottom. I didn't seen them. I didn't snap a couple of them, right? That motherfucker wasn't snapped up.
No, she was tucking at me.
That motherfucker was what? Perception is 90. What they say about perception, 90% is reality. Well, that's a strong reality to me, goddammit. That's thoughism at its top. Facts. Okay, I'm gonna turn the floor over, and I'm about to get up. We're about to get ready to close this down tonight. But what do you think about that, Ida?
I told you how I felt. She flipped the script real quick. That's why half of that don't even hold no weight, because as quickly she said, "Oh, all right, Kanisha talking about that fat snapback." When she said, "Don't put the camera on me," oh yeah, I know. I remember them snap between the leg things. Don't put the camera on me. Put it on him. That then they told me, and wherein it lies was, okay, it's something up with you. What the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You know what she reminds me of? You remember about a month ago we watched the clip of the chick that went down to the hotel lobby and was, fucking the dildo on the wall.
Yo, I remember that.
And then they came outside, and when they was like, "Yo, you gotta go," and then they want to act a fucking fool and be like, "Nigga, nah. That's the same type of shit that Shorty just did. That's the same type of shit.
Yeah.
Exact same type of shit. Once the focus is on you, now, first of all, you didn't brought enough focus to your room because she was in her room listening to some music, chilling and shit on live.
She's like, I hear somebody screaming. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she got up and she was in total defense of her at the beginning because she was like, yeah, nigga, I'm telling her. And then she said, wait a minute. Whoa. I think that what they call it, the third eye opened up. She said, wait a minute.
Third eye.
What's going on here?
Yeah. Don't spit on him. And that's when she flipped it.
Don't put the camera on me. I got a good job. I wonder what that good job is.
She got that night job, bro. She got that night job.
No, but I wonder what that good job is.
She got that night job.
Now, I'm not about to shit on nobody that does this type of job or anything, because I understand that people got to do what they got to do. But I'm wondering, was that job like a low rated job that's that people really that are working that job wish that they can get into a better position to do? Because she seems like that type to be the motherfucker that works at the gas station.
Oh
my God. Only
Or she might even be, you know what? She might even be the receptionist at another hotel or some shit.
Russ, come on, bro.
She didn't listen. Let me tell you something, and I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
You thinking what I'm thinking.
Times have changed, but I work where I somewhat deal with in a leadership position, right?
Mm-hmm.
She don't seem like the type of motherfucker that I want working for me if it's a prestigious ass position.
It's an office job. No, she one of them night girls. She one of them night walkers. Hey, when she said I got a night job. Yes, Vanessa, all workers do matter, darling. They do.
I
And
get all workers matter.
we're
That's what
not taking away
why I
from that,
started my
darling.
comment
But
off
when
with,
you
like, I
acting like she
understand.
acting,
But I feel like while she's hollering like she got a good
he
job,
won't finna pay her. He was finna not. He finna jip on her money. That's why she acting a fool, cause he won't finna give her what he owed her.
let me
But
tell you something.
that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna leave that
I'm
alone.
I'm about to make a quick statement right quick. Any place that you go to take a on a one-on-one mission, right? Like if the carpet has the designs in it like
And that
that,
ginger brown, that burgundy.
that
Yeah, and it's
carpet's
not
been there
bright.
since '86.
Nope, it's
That's
been there
called
since '65.
In New York, we call that a solo mission.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, he took her to be solo with her, but he wasn't. You know who else was in that room? Every fucking bed bug that has ever been in that motherfucker.
Since
I'm willing to bet you.
1965.
I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet any amount of money that if they were
Yeah,
to fuck around and really get into that bed, it's all kind of
yeah.
shit in that motherfucker.
A
I'm willing to
roach?
bet you
A
that
bed bug?
bathroom. I'm gonna bet you somewhere between the bath. I don't know if the bathroom is one of them bathrooms where they got the full bathroom with the shower and shit, or if it's one of them things with the shower,
Just a
like
stall.
they got the faucet outside the room and shit. But I'm
Oh,
willing to
them
bet you
old, them the
between.
motels. That's a motel, not a hotel.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I believe it's a motel. I believe between those two little areas, something don't work. Whether it be you go to
that
the
in my
bathroom,
shondo.
whether you go to the bathroom and flush the toilet and that motherfucker just gets to rattling too much,
Ooh.
or you click the light on and that motherfucker flitter a couple times before it come all the way up. Something about that place ain't right. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
No,
And I
Vanessa,
can
no,
tell.
it ain't a hostel. A hostel's a little bit better, a little more friendlier.
Now, guess what? If you just decide that you want to be on some freaky shit and get drunk, then that's where you go. But if you're trying to meet somebody and have a good time
I'm a little more upscale.
yeah.
I need you to take me to the Hilton or the
You ain't
the
even gotta go
Holiday
to
Inn.
listen,
Look,
listen,
no,
listen.
no,
I'm gonna
no.
tell you
Take me to the Holiday Inn, Days Inn, Holiday Inn, Hotel, Motel. No,
I'm
take
gonna
me to
tell
the
you this. I'm
motel.
gonna
Take
tell
me
you
to the
this.
Holidays Inn.
I'm gonna tell you this from my younger days, G.
Uh-oh.
From my younger days.
I don't want a Motel 6
You
with leave
don't
light
know.
on
Listen
too
what I'm
long.
saying. No, I ain't talking about no Motel 6.
Hey, Dan Modell will leave the light on.
No, but
Shut up.
listen. There are places that you can go that are cost effective for
Right,
a
right,
one night occasion. Or
right.
because I'm about to say a one night occasion. That seems like oh,
Hourly. That's more hourly
that's what tapped.
versus a
That's
more,
what
yeah.
hit my spirit. That's a 4-hour joint.
LaShawn, the broke down La Quinta Inn. That won't even girl. La Quinta is nice. Don't be
The
sleep. Don't
Quinta,
be
it
talking about La
depends on
Quinta.
what La Quinta you go to, because I done been to some nice La Quintas with the whole fucking out here
Yes.
on the parking.
The continents
They
of
got some nice La
breakfast. You
Quintas out
got
here.
all night. Yes, darling. Yes. The
I
La
think I got
Quintas in
put
North
out to La Quinta
Carolina
one
are
time for
upscale, baby. They are not broke down. We are upscale in the North Carolina area. We upscale.
New York
We
is a
bougie.
different ball game.
Oh, we're not gonna talk about New York because I done been, I done been up there. Where
No,
were we at? Manhattan?
it ain't about
Was it
New York,
Manhattan?
Tennessee,
We
none
were
of that
across
shit.
the
It's about being a slut.
We was in one of them malls. We weren't in Harlem. You know what? You know what, Russ? Yeah, I'm done. We was
Yeah,
up in New
that's
York
about
somewhere, and
being a
I can't
slut.
remember.
That was about being a slut.
And we had a
And
room in the basement in one of them hotels. That was
yeah,
like, what the?
and see, that's the thing. Like, okay, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get ready to get out of here because I could tell my next comment can get ready to go to a whole nother level.
Oh yes, hit that Shondo, Russ.
But I'm
Okay.
trying to tell y'all, some
What's in
of
your Shondo?
some of y'all have got to really look in the mirror and have a conversation with yourself. Some of you need to quit walking around here hollering that I'm a queen and I'm all this other shit, and you are living your life fucked up. You wonder why respect doesn't come your way because you don't live in an area, in an atmosphere of respect. I listen. There's nothing wrong with getting freaky in the bedroom. There's nothing wrong with having a one-on-one with the person that you are intimate with and that you have a relationship with. There's nothing wrong with that. However, there is something wrong when you go to the hotel and because that seems like that's not her first time turning up in a situation like that. Whether that be her at the crib or on the block, that just does not seem like that would be like it's far fetched that that's just her personality. So, to a certain degree, we have got to stop being low class ass niggas and sucker ass bitches out here doing certain shit and then expecting the world to treat us as if we're not doing the bullshit that we're doing. That's the problem. So many people they say don't live beneath your aspects and beneath where you should be. Well, guess what? There are a lot of people that are trying to portray that they are above where they are, and they are a lot lower on the totem pole than they could ever perceive. What is she over there talk? I hate when she do that shit. Like she acts like I don't know she's on the phone and talking and shit and got her face covered up and shit. Like this dirty motherfucker right here. This nigga does the most bullshit that but
You
no,
gonna stop talking? You gonna stop talking shit about me? I can hear every word you say, and I'm paying
I
attention. Don't
expect
go
you
there,
to, nigga. You on the goddamn show. You supposed to hear me talk about your ass when you in the
nigga. Don't
background.
go there.
Stuffing your face like
Get
you
cut.
eating
Go
monkeys and shit.
finish what you saying. Just
What
leave me
is wrong
alone.
with you? Quit doing that. Because like somebody else ain't watching the same shit I'm watching and saying, what the fuck is she over there talking about? Is she talking to herself? No, she's on the fucking phone having a whole nother conversation. That's just like Zeke when he be getting up, fixing the fucking background and shit. That's the
You
same
got my
bullshit.
phone. Now hush up and finish your comment and stop
Yeah,
looking at
I
me.
think you just killed my comment. That just killed my whole comment. Y'all just got to quit being, quit expecting the best in producing the worst. I guess that's my point. Because at some point you just got to get on your shit. Some things you don't have in life because you are not ready to partake in those things that you so desire that you want. That lifestyle that you want. Well, guess what? In order to get certain things, you have to get yourself to a position to receive certain things. You don't get up and get a fucking check every day of the week or get a check every week or every other 2 weeks and not do shit unless you getting government assistance. Nobody else is sitting there and thinking that a motherfucking check is just going to miraculously pop up in their mailbox. I don't think that's going to happen. Not saying that a blessing can't come your way and somebody can't think about you, but guess what? That's not a way to live your life on an everyday expectancy. You can't live like a straight thug in a hole and think that you're going to get better than that and get mad when people talk to you like you're a thug in a hole. I don't know. I just think people need to wake the fuck up. I feel like waking the fuck up would help a lot of people. I don't know why she do that every week. I swear this nigga right here. I swear. That's because she be on the other line talking to other motherfuckers, and then she hang up on the phone line.
It's after 11 o'clock. My phone goes into do not disturb anytime it goes after 11 o'clock. So don't play with me.
Your freaky shit after 11 o'clock. And Yolanda, I'm so sorry because Yolanda did call into the line and she was getting ready to say something. Yeah, I know. Don't show me none of your porn on your phone. I don't want to see it.
See, y'all see what I got to deal with on a regular basis. He always thinking certain things, and I was going dirt, and I was talking about freaky stuff. Get on my blasted nerves. Just because you want some or you need some of us, don't go there and think that everybody else is needing it.
I'm saved and I'm sanctified.
Lies, Lord, don't strike him down. Lord, if you strike him, don't strike me because he's
everybody that don't know. Ida's mother is my lady, so you make sure you tell my lady I said take care of herself tonight, and you make sure you go over there and kiss her on the forehead, but you gotta do it nice and slow.
And Russell, it's not always because I'm on the phone with that. It's always because when I cover my mouth, I'm talking to mom, like you always say. Don't be holding no conversation in the background. I do that so you won't see if I'm yelling at or yelling out what I need. Don't play with me.
You hitting the wrong button, G, because the second I see that shit, I'm trying to tell you, because I think about what everybody else thinking about. Like, what the fuck is she over there giggling?
You can't see my background because
whole mouth is like, and then you don't even be covering it up wild, and then you be putting your head down, and the screen be coming out. I'm trying to tell you.
That's because when and half the time, Russ, and if I leave out the camera,
you sound like one of them
that means I'm going to get my mommy.
And they got to explain what the fuck they do.
I ain't got to explain nothing. You already know what I deal with. Zeke knows what I deal with. Tay know what I deal with. I ain't got to explain nothing to nobody.
Put it in.
And you know better.
Put it in your face. Put it in this one. What? This one. You know what? This one's just for you. This one's just for you.
Bitch, give me a kiss. Break your shit up. Give me a kiss. Probably licking that bitch's pussy. Give me a kiss.
Yo, let's go.
Maldito asqueroso, coño.
That sound like a dude, anyways.
Damn, Monte.
Send it to Lily. The bitch he telling he loves.
Who's Lily?
Who's Lily? No. He told me.
Monte. Who's Lily?
And Lily's okay. I'm good that you're sticking dick in Lily. But why you telling Lily you love her? I'm not mad because I'm getting fucked too. But why you telling bitches you love them though? You love that bitch? You just told me you only met that bitch for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. You hear this? Don't let him whisper that. 2 weeks. Can I get a mic? Can I get a mic in this bitch?
You don't need a mic, girl. We hear you loud and clear. Yes.
Oh, no, you don't hear him. That's the problem.
Oh, shit.
Him you don't hear. Monte, if you don't get the fuck away from me.
I could not imagine being in the bed with that motherfucker and they said, hey, why don't you eat my pussy right quick?
Okay, I'm done. See, y'all see what I got to deal with?
Can you rub my neck and my back right quick? Ugh. She sounds like she makes sounds like that. Can you rub my neck right quick?
Yep, sound like they smoke. Sound like worse than makes it great. Sound like they spoke about 10 packs a day.
Yeah, and then sometimes trying to tell you.
My name is Zeke. This is Ida. We are innocent in this whole situation.
Yeah, no, Zeke, I'm about to find your woman look just like that. Sound 10 times as good. She sounds just like that too, G. I'm gonna find.
But y'all see what I had to deal with.
She gotta have a little bit more.
I thought it was a dude. Look like a defensive linebacker. I said I'd be dag on.
Russ, you owe me a bottle of vodka for that, please.
Russ been owing you vodka for a long time. Russ owe a whole lot of things for you, baby.
Yes.
Kanisha said, I like girls, but not all girls. Why you mute me? Kanisha says she like girls, but not all girls. Stop it.
And she wanted a mic.
Like, for him, not for her. For him, because you couldn't hear what he was saying. You could hear, if you paid attention, she said, not for me, for him, because you couldn't hear what he was saying because he was, she was talking loud. You could hear her because her voice was loud.
Oh, real quick before we get up out of here.
You got my Kels up today.
Real quick, have y'all heard the latest R. Kelly video? I mean,
it's a hot mess.
This shit sounds so funny. Y'all listen to this motherfucker, y'all.
It's a hot mess.
And I deserve that. Mm-hmm. I don't deserve to die because somebody miscommunicated or somebody took a guess at what's going on with my leg.
Rap House TV.
I'm not supposed to die that way. You're not even supposed to take a chance on that. Because it was your child, if it was your father, if it was your mother, somebody you love, you would have said, go to the doctor. We need to get that checked out. We need to look at that. We need to x-ray that. They didn't even x-ray.
Rap House TV.
And that's why I'm speaking out on this, because I'm scared for my life in that area. And who wouldn't be?
That's right.
Who wouldn't be?
Rap House TV.
Animals better than that.
That's right.
Okay.
He has tuberculosis.
So yeah, so okay. The thing that got me about that,
Rob has TB.
he said, if you got kids and if you got well, nigga,
You take him to the doctor.
I'm thinking about all them goddamn kids and the mothers of the kids that you was fucking.
Stop.
And running across the fucking country and pissing in their mouth and doing all kind of shit. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Stop it.
I don't feel that. I don't feel that sorriness for you.
Nobody does.
Nobody.
Like, I understand we reap what we sow, but it's certain shit that when you're reaping it, you got to reap everything that you actually sowed. Like,
Facts. You made that bed. You got to fucking lay down in that shit.
I mean, you want to piss in motherfuckers' mouths and go viral. Yeah.
And he set up the camera.
Wait a minute. You not only did you want to piss in the motherfucker's mouth and go viral, you wanted to put it off on your brother and say it was him.
Ooh.
Let's talk about it for a minute.
Let's not.
Let's talk about it. That's what you did.
No,
bro.
let's not say we did.
No, I'm just saying that's what you did, though, bro.
May the Lord watch.
No,
Nigga did just go may the Lord watch between me and D. Okay.
But think about what I'm saying. Listen, this man. Now, I'm not saying that all of that, because I do believe that some of the stuff that he's locked up for, they was reaching for. They made sure they connected it. However, it has been done. And like, nigga, I saw the tape, nigga. I saw the tape. I saw the tape when we actually had VHSs out here, nigga. It was on the actual tape, nigga.
Yeah.
And I looked at that fro and I said, that's Kels. Yeah, that's Kels. I listened to the nigga talk. I said, yeah, that's Kels. I don't know what tape y'all had, but my tape had him with a couple girls on there. He did all that shit. Yeah, he's nasty than a motherfucker. And ain't nothing wrong with being a nasty motherfucker. Just being a nasty motherfucker with somebody that's a nasty motherfucker like you, and they're a consenting adult. That's all I'm gonna say. Let the Lord be. What you say? May the Lord watch
between me and thee while we're absent one for another. Yeah.
In the name of Jesus, I appreciate y'all for tuning in this week.
Bless.
I appreciate y'all for tuning in this week. I had a lot more clips, but I'm not gonna do it to y'all. Y'all go ahead and touch yourselves and feel real good about yourself before the night's over with.
We appreciate you for not taking us to this.
If you ain't got nobody with you, you got your goddamn self, nigga. You heard what I said? Be very good to yourself. That's before you expect
just
somebody
make nasty makes sense. All right, Kanisha. Like we all say, we thank y'all for coming out and then tuning in. We thank y'all for sharing the show. We thank y'all for the weekly times that y'all have come through weekly on every Tuesday night to come and hang with these two crazies and the lovely me and Shantae, who's in her absence tonight. And I would like to say, if you just joined us, if you joined us earlier, you saw our beautiful new one of our new members of the team, which is Miss Diane, and she is just lovely and beautiful. And we want to say welcome. Russ dropped this bomb on us, like surprisingly, didn't call me and say nothing. So
No, if you paid attention in the group, I posted it early. I posted it last week. I sure did. I surely did. Go to the room. It's right there right now. Then you're gonna apologize. Just tell all you gotta do.
I'm not apologize. No.
All you gotta do is say,
apologize for nothing.
Big Daddy, I'm so sorry.
We love you all from the bottom of our hearts.
I'm not apologizing for nothing.
Please continue. We will see y'all Tuesday.
Did he say sue? He gonna sue y'all?
We will see y'all next Tuesday. Same bad time, same bad channel. Love y'all. Wakanda forever. I'm out.
How he gonna cut me off, Russell? We're gonna mute him.
I didn't say shit.
He just cut me off. You just see how he cut me off? Yeah, I love him. Because he was the one that said we got a new co-host. I was like, what? We got a new what? Yeah, because I didn't get that post. I love you.
All right, y'all.
But I love you too. All right, I love you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Put some balls in your life. You might enjoy it.
decipher when enough is just enough.
Sometimes enough is just enough. At this point right now, I'm giving up. In my feels right now, I don't give a fuck. Depart from me now, I wish you love. Sometimes enough is just enough. At this point right now, I'm giving up. In my feels right now, I don't give a fuck. Depart from me now, I wish you love. Tired of your games, tired of your ways. Tired cause every day is the same. Seems like you're running away from the change. Expressing myself in this way cause I'm pain. Every time I let my guard down, you gon' start acting like a damn clown. Get motion sickness from going up and down. Scared cause I don't know who I'ma get now. Used to love it when you came around. Lately your energy's tearing me down. Playing the victim, I'm so confused out. Tired of your shit, you gon' have to move around. Used to love it when you came around. Lately your energy's tearing me down. Playing the victim, I'm so confused how. Tired of your shit, you gon' have to move around.
So how you been?
Well, let me tell you. Me and Baby got into it again. I don't know. I don't think we gonna make it this time. I don't know. I just don't know.
What happened? Y'all should try counseling. I know somebody. Let me get you the card.
That's if I want to do it or not.
I think you should try it out. Yeah, call that lady.
Sometimes enough is just enough. At this point right now, I'm giving up. In my feels right now, I don't give a fuck. Depart from me now, I wish you love. Questioning myself for years, wondering how did I get hit? Been in overdrive, had to switch gears. It's time I cry, some joyful tears. I'm accountable for staying so long. Please my body good, let you leave me on. Take back my control, treat you like a switch boy and turn you off cause you are fraud. Instead of cracking cars, tried to crack my heart, leave me with a scar. But I take it as a lesson. Mama told me count my blessings. I'm the teacher, school's in session. Kept my mouth shut when you were testing me. Constantly rejecting me. Now you're expelled, go and be free. Enough. 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 I'm tired. Done with the bullshit. I've had enough. Who are we kidding? I've had enough. This is not living. I've had enough. Done with the bullshit. I've had enough. Who are we kidding? I've had enough. This is not living. I've had enough. Done with the bullshit. I've had enough. Who are we kidding? I've had enough. This is not living. I've had enough. Done with the bullshit. I've had enough. Who are we kidding? I've had enough. This is not living. Made your bed, not lay in it.